Whiskey World, we are live. How's everybody doing out there tonight? I'm pumped for this round two. This is going to be an interesting round two. So one of the things that I did is I went back and added a little bit of artwork to the original bracket. I did go and name each of the brackets. So the last one I named the Rutledge bracket, just because there was 2 Four Roses that were in there. So I figured I named that the Rutledge bracket. So moving across the street to this one, this is going to be the Booker's bracket, because it just so happened that there's three different Booker's whiskeys in this blind flight. So should be very interesting to see how the other two competitors can match up to this one. So let me say hi to a couple people in the chat really quick. So we got Top Dog is in the house. Cheers, Top Dog. John, great to see you in here as always, my friend. Richie Z in the house. What's going on, Richie? Doug H is in the house. Cheers, Doug. Good to see you as well. Peter B says, cheers all and happy 89th anniversary of my second favorite amendment to the Constitution. First is my fave, but the 21st is pretty good also. For non-history nerds, repeal of prohibition. Absolutely. And we're going to do something a little special tonight as well. Of course, there's going to be giveaways. You guys should know that. But, so listen to this. I have everybody's samples, bottles, 200 milliliters packed up and ready to go. Can you guys believe that? Like, typically I'm pretty late with these things, and I got it done all in time. So Thursday, maybe tomorrow, we'll see. Either tomorrow or Thursday, I should be able to get all that stuff out, man. You guys should be proud of me. I'm on top of my game this time. Who else is in here? We have Saucy Shane. Cheers, buddy. Great to see you. Burr Ben says, let's go. Let's do it, baby. Eric Damaris. What's going on, Eric? Great to see you. Ryan from Delaware. Happy Monday. Cheers. Great to see you. The Whiskey Saint is in here. Cheers, Darrell Stewart. Darrell Stewart's a legend. He's a legend. Cam Lochner. Here we go. Pop the cork. Sit back with a pour. Cheers, Cam. Great to see you, buddy. Brandon in Delaware is here. Cheers. I got a message from Brandon earlier saying that he's a huge Beam fan. And I told him I had 3 bookers in this blind flight. So should be interesting. They said these are all random. So there is, however, I'll get into the lineup in a minute. But EJ's in the house. Cheers, EJ. Great to see you. EJ actually helped me he helped me grab a bottle of the ECB PC 922. So was very thankful for that. Hanging AZ, Dusty Dan. Cheers, Hanging AZ. Great to see you. Tim Gargis is in the house. Cheers, Tim. BT says, let's do this. Let's do it. Good to see you as well, my friend, as always. So tonight we have first off, what's everybody pouring? What's everybody drinking? I gotta know what everybody's drinking. I actually poured so Backbone Bourbon Company sent me the Old Bones 10-year straight rye whiskey to review. So I actually poured a little bit of that already, and it's sitting here in the glass. Cheers to all you guys, and thank you guys for stopping in. It's much appreciated. So one of the samples I'm going to give away tonight, since this is it's repeal day. So one of the samples I'm going to give away, I think I might have 2 ounces left of the 1917 Special Old Reserve. So we're gonna have that in there. I'm gonna go ahead and give away a sample of that. Only one, because I believe I only have 2 ounces left of that. So that was distilled again pre-prohibition and then bottled after. So we'll give away a sample of that tonight. And then I brought 2 bottles. I'm not sure if you guys have seen these. I can't remember if I brought them on the channel before or not. But one of them is actually a Maryland rye So this is a My Maryland. It's a blend of straight rye whiskeys. This is an old one, so it's distilled by Consolidated Distilling Company, I believe. Consolidated Distillers Corporation. I'm sorry, excuse me. 90 proof, out of Baltimore. I brought this out to one of the nights when Jason from National Drum was in town, and Andy from 21090, Brian Treacy over at Sagamore Spirit. We all went out to dinner, and I brought this and put a little bit of a hurting on here. Fantastic rye whiskey here. Sips very, very easy. And then I got this bottle here too. So this is obviously a pre-fire Heaven Hill product. It's Old John Cambert's. John Cambert. It's 4-year Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Hasn't even been opened yet. Still sealed. Again, distilled by Heaven Hill. So this is Heaven Hill pre-fire, 4 years old. 86 proof. So we'll crack that and we'll give away some samples of that tonight as well. Let me catch up on the chat here, guys. Let's see. Cam Lochner says he ran into some Remus 5. That is a wonderful thing to run into, Cam. Justin Jenkins says sipping on Russell's CNA. Cheers, y'all. Absolutely. Drifting Drams is in the house. Cheers, Dano. Cheers, Katie and Ethan Turk. Again, Katie and Ethan Turk, they helped me find the one of the other bottles of the ECBP, the C922. So thank you to you guys, as well as EJ for that. BT says, badass. Yes, indeed. Peter B says, sipping on some Kentucky Spirit from Camp Nelson C. Man, you guys are making me want some turkey. Damn. Copper Wolf is in the house. Cheers, Copper Wolf. Great to see you. I know the sample you won should be going out here as well. Roscoe P. Coltrane is in the house. Cheers. Top Dog with the $10 super chat. Thank you, Top Dog. Says, I'm in. They sound great. Yeah. I mean, pre-fire Heaven Hill is normally pretty damn good. And, this Maryland whiskey here, too, is really good. As well for being fairly young. I think it's only like 2 years and 8 months or more old. But it definitely has a pretty full bodied flavor to it. Definitely doesn't taste like it's 2 years, 8 months. So thank you again, Top Dog, for that super chat. Again, you're in it to win it, buddy. Tim Gard says, cheers. Hope you are doing well. To Drifting Drams. All right, guys. Oh, Mr. Great Shot's in the house. What's going on, man? Good to see you as well. So tonight, the bottles that are in this blind flight, again, they were all randomized and then put into brackets, so I didn't handpick them in there. It's all random. So this one here is No Hard Times. This is actually a 2016 release. So No Hard Times. This one's a little bit older. 127.8 proof. Then we have another Booker's. This is Little Book Chapter 1. This is a 2017 release. So Little Book Chapter 1 in it. This is 128.2 proof. And we have another Booker's that randomized in here as well. I couldn't believe it. When 3 of these popped in there, I couldn't believe it. This is Kathleen's batch. So this was from 2018. This one is 127.4 proof. Then we have the Mash and Journeys Bullet Pick Single Barrel. This is 104 proof. This is the Queen of Kentucky. This is bottle number. This is actually the first of the 2 barrels. So this is only 104 proof. So this one is definitely, I may be able to spot the difference on this one, being 104 proof. And then we have Barrel Batch 33, which I was a pretty big fan of the Batch 33, 5 years old. So yeah, that's 116.6 proof. So that's a little bit a little bit less than the Bookers, and a little bit more than the Bullet pick that came in at 104 proof. So what's going on in the chat here? Little Book 1 in the bracket. And yeah, Little Book 1 is in the bracket. Bourbon Battalion's in the house. What's going on, man? Cheers, buddy. Good to see you. Mojo 88, base and bourbon. Bless up, Dusty Diggler. Cheers, man. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while. Copperwolf says, all good. Thanks again to you. Not a problem, man. Saucy Shane. Finally got my first Bookers today. The Kentucky Tea Batch. Yeah, man. I haven't Bourbon Battalion says Simplify. I haven't bought a Bookers in a while. I think 2018 was maybe the last one that that's the last one that I purchased, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe one of these actually that I'm about to review now. I know I have Sip a While behind me. What else do I have back there? Oh no, I lied. Okay, I have the Country Ham. That was 2019, so that may have been the most recent release that I have. What does it say? You've got a giveaway tonight, Dan. We were a few minutes late, happy to track, but first I saw was Top Dog just now. Yes. So there is a giveaway tonight. Again, so I do have a My Maryland. This is a rye. I think this is from the 50s, if I'm not mistaken. This is from the 50s. My Maryland rye, distilled out of Baltimore. And then we have pre-fire Heaven Hill. This is John Cambert's 4-year-old Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, 86 proof. And then, again, since it's repeal day, I'm going to give away one of the 2-ounce samples I have left of the 1917 Special Old Reserve. So it was distilled pre-Prohibition and then bottled after Prohibition ended. It was bottled in 1933. Yeah, 1917 to 1933. So I'll give away a sample of that as well. It's actually one of the bottles I cracked on a live stream a while back. And then and then we can do a sample giveaway for any of the Dusties that you guys see here behind me, other than the ones that I just named. So we'll definitely have some giveaways tonight, guys. If you guys are in it to win it, I think I have I got the little ticker down there along the bottom. I thought you were just showing off, not showing the giveaway. Yeah, no. I trust me. I promise you, I am not about showing off, man. I enjoy sharing everything that I have. So if I'm drinking it, I want you guys to drink it too. Yes, during Prohibition, very nice and rare. Absolutely, yeah. I have 3 bottles of pre-Prohibition. That's one. The other 2, I don't have open. So. Not yet, saving them for a rainy day. But guys, I want to go ahead and get into this blind. I know what I want to win. However, I was pretty disappointed in the last one because what I wanted to win didn't win. So, you never know. We'll see. But cheers, everybody. I'm going to finish this Old Bones, and I'm going to go ahead and get into this blind. Man, that's good stuff. You can definitely taste the age on that. Definitely get a little bit of oak on that Old Bones rye. 10 years. This is what I was sipping on here. Pretty good. Nice spice to it. Drifting Dram says, we know you're too generous for me. Man, it's what it's all about. This community is what it's all about. I enjoy it. Richie Z says, happy repeal day. Absolutely. So, guys, I'm actually going to be getting a webcam because this laptop makes me look grainy. Phone doesn't work as well. Works for reviews, but I am going to get a webcam and hopefully make the screen look much better. And then that way I don't have to sit here and kind of scroll through and make my little laptop bounce around and all that. So, regardless, we'll go ahead and get to the first sip of this blind. Cheers, guys. I'm actually going to mix the glasses up again. They're already mixed up. I have the key sitting behind me in an envelope with the answers. So, and I want to hold the bottom of the glasses up because I don't know what order these are in. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. That. I'm pretty sure they're all out of order. Unless I'm some kind of magician, but we're just going to mix anyway. I don't want to spill it because then I got to pour all this shit over again. All right. No idea what's what. You know, it's crazy again. I don't know if you guys can tell on the screen, but from where I'm sitting, I can't see a color difference in all these at all. Nothing. I try, man. I gotta. All right, Bourbon. There you go, buddy. This one's for you. All right, I'm buttoning it a little bit. Don't get any ideas. Drifting Dram says, cheers. Cheers, Katie and Ethan. I love you guys. We're going to meet up soon, I promise. And we're going to set a date to go live with Drifting Drams. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be a good time. Hendo's in the house. What's going on, man? Good to see you as well. Talk about a guy with some epic pours, man. Hendo's got some pours for sure. Katie Turk, cheers. What would he say? That bullet is going to have a tough time making up the proof, like a welterweight fighting. Yeah, you know, it's funny that's how it drew out. You know what I mean? But however, so I will say this about the bullet pick. The bullet pick is well, we could put quote unquote 4 roses if you want. It is spicy. So will I be able to, you know, differentiate that proof point? You know, with that spiciness, I don't know, because Booker's doesn't necessarily come off spicy to me. It comes off proof heavy, but not spicy. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Gary Franchi with the $5 super chat. Thank you, my friend. That unbutton was worth the super chat. Yeah, man. I don't have any more. It's just the one. Just the one. But thank you, Gary. You're in it to win it. I know you won. Yeah, you won something as well too. I think I have that ready to. I should have that ready to go. I think I have everything ready to go for once. For once. Bourbon says always got ideas. Oh, where's Northwest Bourbon? I saw somebody said Northwest Bourbon in the house. Northwest Bourbon, where are you? There he is. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Doug H., I saw you earlier. All right. We're going to go ahead and get into this glass here, guys. So, again, we have Little Book, Chapter 1. We have Booker's Kathleen's Batch. We have Booker's No Hard Times. We have Barrel Batch 33. And then we also have the Bullet Mash and Journey pick. So, cheers, everyone. Happy Repeal Day. Thank you for being here with me. Much appreciated. I'm confused already. I don't even know what that is. Like every time I drink Booker's, I expect like peanuts, proof heavy, medium viscosity to some of their stuff. And that just threw me off. So maybe it wasn't that. But that doesn't feel like it's spicy. So it's good. Definitely like caramel, vanilla, heavy. A little bit of fruitiness to it, some rye poking through there as well. I only have but so much poured, so I got to be careful how much I drink. That's really good, regardless. It's really good. I don't know if that's a Booker's, though. It doesn't drink like it. Mojo says, Bourbon Junkies, dual bullet picks. I never thought was a bullet. Yeah. I mean, that's the same with this one here. I mean, it's very, very kind of off profile, if you will. Richie Z with the $10 super chat. Cheers, brother. 1 entry for me and 1 for Will Davilar. Richie, that is extremely generous of you, my friend. Thank you very much. Mojo says hit that like button. Yes, guys, please hit the like button. I do appreciate that. It obviously helps out the channel. We got 33 in chat. 33, great number. Will Henderson with the $10 super chat. Will, thank you very much. Again, much appreciated, guys. Again, we'll have some giveaways tonight, as always. So I think Monday is going to wind up being my night going live. I think every other day is just so swamped full of people of other channels that just I would never be able to slide in anywhere. But I feel like Monday might be the best day to do it. So again, for anybody just popping in the chat, giveaways tonight going to be some My Maryland Rye. Pretty sure this is from the 50s, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. I have to find out. I know the tax stamp reflects that. So My Maryland Rye, very good stuff. Got some pre-fire Heaven Hill, John Cambert, 4 years Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, 86 proof, still sealed. That was it was actually a German. It was exported over to Germany, so it has the stamp on the back here. I don't think I showed that or not. Couldn't tell you what that says, but it was an import. And then we have, like I said, I am going to give away a 1 ounce sample of the 1917 Special Reserve, with it being Repeal Day. I think that's pretty fitting. What do you say? What did Mojo Base say? It says Booker's this year way more tamed. Yeah, I mean I don't know. For me, I just have a hard time. Buying a Booker's now. Again, the Country Ham I really liked, but I haven't bought anything since the Country Ham. That was the last one I bought in 2019. Copper Wolf, man, I appreciate that. He says I'll sip little Booker's as well. The Lumberyard batch. I actually heard that batch was pretty good. The Lumberyard batch. But again, these are bottles I don't really see around me. I don't really see Booker's around me at all. So that's another reason why I probably don't pick them up. Doug H with the $10 super chat. Doug, thank you very much. That is much appreciated. Again, guys, there's, I don't know if anybody's ever had pre-fire Heaven Hill, but pre-fire Heaven Hill is, I wouldn't say it's vastly different from modern day Heaven Hill or a little bit, after the fire. But it definitely has a different profile than modern day Heaven Hill does. Copper Wolf, very generous. I have bought 4 of them, Lumberyard, and drank 2 already. That's the best Booker's I've had since maybe the 2021. Wow. Yeah. Like I said, I heard the Lumberyard batch was actually really good. I just haven't had a chance to try it. Whatever this one was is oily. So I'm going to say glass 1 because I don't know what the letters are. So glass 1, oily, pretty good, fruity. It was lower proof, so I don't know. That's weird. Man, that's like deep, dark, dense caramel, some peppers. Man, it's weird. It's like almost like a root beer, like some root beer, like some sassafras or something going on there. Like a Dr. Pepper or something like that. It's got decent viscosity too. It's pretty oily. That was a big sip. Ooh, that's good. That's pretty good. I don't know what that was. That's pretty good though. So the first 2 are not spicy at all. So I don't know if it's just my palate right now or what, but unless these 2 are the 2 lower proof ones, I'm not sure, man. That's interesting. It's good though. It's got a nice kind of like long lingering, like a little bit spicy, silky finish to it. A little bit of fruitiness to that one as well. That's not bad. First 2 are pretty good. If I had to pick one, I may pick glass number 2 over that first one. But you never know. You got to go back to it. We'll see. Get rinsed down. Let me catch up on chat here. Mojo says, all Dusty whiskey is drastically different. Yeah, it sure is, man. That's a fact. Richie Z with the $10 super chat. Richie does one entry for Katie Turk and Bobby Bourbon Battalion. That's very generous of you, Richie. Thank you for that. Bourbon Battalion, I think he's still in the house. Mojo says, bourbon cheers. I enjoyed it as well. It's only my second pour of the bottle. Cam Lochner says, I'm supporting my brother, Dev Dog. Hoorah. Thank you, Cam. Much appreciated, man. I appreciate you, my friend. Cam, are you on Instagram at all? I don't think I've ever seen you on IG. I just want to make sure that I'm not if I'm not following you or something like that, I want to make sure I follow you. But thank you again for the super chat. Much appreciated. You're in it to win it, my friend. Better in a lot of instances. Cover if it's all vanilla. For me, the caramel nuttiness, amazing oak, perfect mouthfeel. Drift and drift. That's crayon heaters stick together. I'm a lumberyard fan for sure. Man, I might have to go find a batch of this. I'm glad I have some Booker's lovers in here though. Dunny's in the house. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Good to see you, Dunny. Got 34 in the chat, guys. Whoops. You know what? Let me get something here really quick. Give me 1 second. I forgot to do something. Goodness gracious. Man, that whatever this is still lingering in the back of my on the back of my palate right now. That's crazy. It's still there. I like it. How come I don't see why can't I find this? Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. And now I will say this though, that it does have it's a long kind of lingering finish, but it almost reminds me of like a strawberry oatmeal, like the strawberry oatmeal that you get on the finish. It's weird. Let me see here. There we go. Okay, good now. Good to go. All right. If you guys remember and get a chance, hit that like button for me. That helps me out, helps the channel out. Wait a minute. Who did I see in here? Whiskey Tornado says, I gave a lumberyard batch harbor review to a bitter Sharpie note. Turns out I had a tainted bottle. Had it again in my Advent. It was so much better than the original bottle I had. Oh, man, that's awesome. That's good to hear, though. It sucks about that first bottle, but at least, you were able to get another one and enjoyed it. That's the main thing. Lance getting some love in here. Cheers, Lance. Hey, Lance. Lance is the man. When S is going on. What's going on, man? What's up, Dan and Chad? How are you? Good to see you. Let's get into glass number 3. Okay, so there's a little bit of peanut on that one. Yeah, that's got a really rich caramel. There's some darker fruit on this one. Some peanut shell, some darker fruit, like a plum, maybe a little bit of plum. Maybe a slight hint of some sweet pipe tobacco. Jeffrey Wack is in the house. What's going on, man? Good to see you. Smells pretty good though. Let's get it, pal, guys. Cheers. Sounds like a review. Man, none of these are drinking 120 some odd proof at all. None of these three drink hot. And I know there's three of them that are hot. So I don't know what's going on. I didn't have anything funky to eat, but that is very fruit forward on the palate. I would, if that's a Booker's, I don't know. This is hard. These first three are already throwing me through. I have not a clue as to what any one of these are. All right, now wait a minute. That finish started to turn into a almost like an earthy, dry, like caramel, leathery kind of finish, drying me out a little bit on the mid palate and in through the finish. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, that's got a funky finish to it. It's very drying. You know, as much as I'm not a huge fan of the ECBP B522. I mean, when I reviewed it, it was okay. It wasn't as good as the A in my opinion. But when I did it in the blind, honestly, I was really hoping that it was going to win to prove me wrong, but it didn't. Like it dries me out, and that's what this glass reminds me of. It's like drying my palate out on the back. Man, I'm missing so much. Goodness God, I got to catch up here, guys. I'm sorry. I get so caught up in talking shit. Whiskey Tornado, continue your prayers for your wife. Looks like she's whooping ass. Hell yeah, she is. Send those prayers his way, please, and her way. Dusty Dan, we all toss in a sample of Sagamore Cognac, Sagamore Sherry finish, and a sample of Old Carter Rye Batch 7. Woo! Turks are coming in hot. Oh, my God. Katie, Ethan, extremely generous of you guys. Thank you for that. Now, did you want to do them as a group, or would you want to do them individually? Just let me know in the chat. That's amazing. Look at that, guys. That's absolutely outstanding. Sagamore Cognac finish, Sagamore Sherry finish, and a sample of the Old Carter Rye Batch 7. Are you kidding me? I'm going to super chat myself here in a minute. I want a chance to win that. Damn. For the giveaway, of course. Absolutely. Thank you guys so much. That's awesome. Hendo says, thanks, brother. She's doing great. Cancer-free. One more surgery to get rid of it all and be over. Man, that's awesome, Lance. That's amazing. It's amazing to hear, for sure. So I know that's that had to be in quite the struggle for sure. But made it through. Both of you guys made it through. That's awesome. Blessings for sure. Bardstown batch from 2021 had some raspberry notes for me. It's one of my favorite Bookers ever. 2021. Yeah, see, I haven't bought anything, man. I've missed out on some of them. Cam says, Dan, after so many misses, I think when Lumberjack came out, it just was a return to form. It still fails to reach the country ham, in my opinion. Okay. All right. Drifting Dram says he thinks it's their yeast. Let me go back to my phone because I feel like I'm flicking the laptop again when I do that. So David Bass says Whiskey Tornado Bardstown batch is one of my favorites as well. Okay. All right, so Katie Turk says we will do it as a set. All right, guys, so you heard what Katie and Ethan said. So the sample batch that they're giving away, the sample pack, is the Sagamore Cognac finish, the Sagamore Sherry finish, and then a Old Carter Rye Batch 7. That's freaking stellar. That is stellar. And I don't know if anybody's ever had their Cognac finish or not, but it's freaking fantastic. And their Sherry finish is freaking fantastic. That's a hell of a sample pack right there, guys. So Whiskey Tornado says, so good. I had it blind against the Country Ham and Bardstown won it over that. Wow. EJ says, wife loves the Sagamore rum cask, similar to Angel's Envy for her. You know, honestly, man, I was a fan of the rum cask. It was like such an easy drinker, very summer style rye. Just you could probably put a straw in that and just sip it back. Like it's that easy to drink it, but it's really good. Really, really good. Bourbon with the super chat, Bourbon. Hold on, let me scroll down here. I don't know where I'm going on this laptop here, but I hate flipping through this thing. There we go. Bourbon, cheers, you dusty gem. Got to be in it to win it. That's it, man. No, got to be in it to not win it. There we go. All right. Thank you, Bourbon. Much appreciated, my friend. You are in it to win it. Red fruit, yep. Drifting Dram says cognac finishes are my babies. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, they had the one that was the distillery. Katie, Ethan, is that the distillery release only cognac finish? Let me know in the chat. All right, guys, we're going to get into sample number 4 here. Cleanse the palate. Whoa. That's fruity on the nose. Wow. That's like it's oaky on the nose. It has this like raspberry, strawberry kind of note to it. Oak is definitely present on the nose on this one. Yeah, a little bit of leather on the nose on that one too. Nice fruity notes to it though. Almost pick up like a tea, like a tea note. Interesting. Cheers, guys. So that had a little bit of proof to it. That's really good though. That's pretty good on the palate. I like that one. That like incorporates like a bunch of different red fruit. That's like, but then it gets that drying thing there on the middle of the palate again. The finish lingers on this one, and the finish reminds me of a Booker's for sure, because it has like this peanutty like rich kind of caramel to it, but there's also like this twist of fruit to it as well. Like I was getting on the nose. It's definitely some of the brighter red fruits that I get on the middle of the palate. Man, that's pretty good. That might be one of my favorites so far out of all of these. She said it was a regular release, never saw distillery only one. Gotcha. Brian Toner with the $10 super chat. Help with postage. I appreciate that, Brian. Much appreciated. You're in it to win it. So again, just really quick, I'm just going to run through this really fast again, guys. Samples of the Maryland Rye from the 50s, if I'm not mistaken. Really good sipper. Pre-Fire Heaven Hill, John Cambert's. It's, again, Pre-Fire Heaven Hill, 4 years old, 86 proof, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. Still sealed. Haven't cracked it yet. And then I'm going to do, since it's repeal day, we're going to do a sample, 1 ounce sample of the 1917 Special Old Reserve that I cracked on one of my very first live streams. Still have a little bit of that left. So I want to give some away to somebody in honor of repeal day. And then we'll give away a sample of like any other kind of dusty that I have behind here or whatever. I mean, I can send whoever wins a list of some stuff. You know what we'll do? You know what we'll do too? This is what we're going to do. I have a handle of some old charter here. We'll give away a 200 milliliter sample of this. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. We'll give away 200 milliliter of that. How's that sound? We'll do that. Copper Wolf with the $5 super chat. Thank you, my friend. Entry for Drifting Drams. Extremely generous of you, my friend. Thank you, Copper Wolf, for that. That's what the community is all about, man. That's awesome. Richie says, bet the fourth glass is Little Book. All right, Richie, we'll see. We're going to make a bet, Richie. How's that sound? All right. We're going to make a bet, Richie. You think it's a Little Book. I think it might be something else. I think it might be, I don't know. And it definitely has the proof to be a Booker's for sure. I'll say that's Kathleen's batch. Yeah, we'll say Kathleen's batch. We'll see. We'll take a bet, Richie. I'll bet you a sample. All right. Huh. I don't know. So far, that's my favorite, though. I will say that. And I don't know if you guys can see the sample glasses. I don't know if you can see a difference in the color of anything. I can't from here. Let's go ahead and get into this last one, though. Whoa. That smells spicy. There's rye spices coming from that like crazy. There's a lot of rye spice. There's definitely some peanuttiness on this one. Some of that earthiness. Not getting a ton of fruit on this one. Maybe like a little bit of dried leather on this one as well. But like the rye on this is like really kind of shining through on the nose. And these have been open for a while now, so yeah. That's pretty spicy. A little bit of ethanol there on the nose too. All right, cheers, guys. And there's the spice. And the proof. Woo! She's warm. Whew. Where are we here? No, Richie, I am not, man. I just enjoy sharing with the community, man. That's what it's all about. EJ with a $10 super chat. Help with postage. Thank you, EJ. Much appreciated. As always, great to see you. Oh, the wrench is in the house. What's going on, Trev? Always good to see you here, my friend. Always good to see you here. Cheers, buddy. Dan says, that's right, y'all. I can do this shit all night long with the samples. I don't know about that, man. I'll tell you, I'm not going to lie to you. That night of the first Blind Barrel Proof, when I stood up and walked into the kitchen over there, it all came to me at once. I was like, oh, hello there. My other guess was Kathleen's batch. Richie, you can't change your mind now. You said this was Little Book number 1. All right. You might be right, though. I don't know. But we're going to bet. We're going to bet a sample, Richie. That's what we're going to do. It's too late now. You can't take it back. Hendo, 2 for Richie Z with the $10 super chat. You guys are crazy generous, man. That's awesome. I love this. This is great. That's awesome. Drifting Dram says, cheers, grunt to the bourbon wrench. That's right. Trev did his time, man. Certainly did. Todd D, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Cheers, all. Said, I love me some Bookers. I'm curious to see how the Little Book can compare. I'm liking these regular Dusty Dan lives. It's going to happen. It's a done deal. I'm going to do it. I just got to start figuring out now what to start incorporating into the lives after this whole tournament ends here. We'll figure out something. But I think Monday night's going to be my night. I know, Monday Night Football comes on and all that kind of stuff, around this time. So, but I mean, Monday night is honestly probably the easiest, not only time slot, but day to sneak into, because every other day is just completely packed with whiskey tubers. So you never know who to watch, so I just feel like Monday night's probably the best night to do it. But cheers, Todd. Thank you so much for the super chat. Much appreciated, my friend. Wynn says, interested to see the results. Kathleen's has been one of my favorites. Yeah. I mean, I know I enjoyed Kathleen's, but it's crazy when you put them into a blind. And again, like the thing with blinds too is no matter what I pick, if these were in a different order, tomorrow night, if I did the same thing, there may be a different result. So, but for tonight, it is what it is. It's how it's laid out. What my palate prefers tonight. But yeah, I do. I really do win. I enjoy that Kathleen's batch as well. David Bass with the $5 super chat. Thank you, my friend. Thanks for the live. Love the unique pours. Absolutely, man. That's what it's all about. I enjoy sharing with the community. I enjoy, talking with you guys. Definitely the best group of people out there, man, for sure. 100%. 100%. Drift and Drams, $10 super chat. Two more for Richie Z. This is crazy. 2 more for Richie Z. Keith Thompson's in the house. What's going on, Keith? Good to see you, man. $10 super chat. Here you go. Thank you, buddy. You're in it to win it. We will have some samples to give away, guys, tonight. So try to get the the love out there. Again, I can give away a couple samples of this pre-fire Heaven Hill and some other dusty stuff around here, man. It's that's what it's all about. So I have no issue sharing whatsoever. Richie says, Hendo, thank you so much, brother. Absolutely, man. So nice of you guys. Top Dog says, all right, put me in for the Dusties. You got it, buddy. You got it, John. You're in it, man. In it to win it, buddy. $10 super chat. Thank you so much, John. Much appreciated. Dunny with the $5 super chat says, to health and happiness. What more could you ask for, man? That's what it's all about is good health, being happy, and sitting on here with a bunch of whiskey tubers just enjoying life, man. Just sipping some whiskey. Watching me make a fool of myself here, trying to figure out what's what. Northwest Bourbon says, cheers. Bourbon Ranch says, long day calls for Schlammer Trev on a Monday. I love it, man. Trev, I want to go live with you soon. I've been wanting to go live with you for the longest time. I think we did something a blind like way back, but you've blown up since then, man. I want to come on your channel. You come on mine, whatever. I want to do something with you, buddy. Bourbon Ranch says, best Mondays ever. Cheers to that. Uh-oh. 21090's in the house. Cheers, my friend. Saw you're late. What did you miss? Me trying to make a fool of myself, guessing what these are. I have not a clue as to what any of these are. Besides maybe these two. Like, these 3 do not drink like a Booker's Proof would. These 2, however, do drink a little hot, but I still have not a clue as to what is what. 21090. I'm going to ask a dumb question. Where does the name come from? It's zip code. That's a zip code for close to Baltimore over there. The 10 is supposed to be the, technically a 10. 21090. You tried day 5 yet? Richie says, Richie's at $5 super chat. 1 more for Hendo. Man, you guys are somebody's going to win something good here tonight. I'm telling you right now. There's a lot of entries on here, guys. But I'll make sure I get some samples here for you guys. So Joe Wanager's in the house. Joe, what's going on, man? Good to see you. $10 super chat. Cheers, Dan. Cheers to you, Joe. Great to see you, man. Great to see you in the chat. Yeah, I'm trying to catch up on here, guys. Rockstar. Uh-oh. What does this say? 21090. Yeah, but pour some Sagamore. 3 p.m. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. David Bay says, yes, we need a Bourbon Ranch and Dusty Dan live. Man, I'd love to go live with Trev. I know he's got a busy schedule, but that would be a lot of fun. That would be a lot of fun. All right, so I'm going to go backwards now. I'm going to go backwards and try to see if I can pick out what's going to be eliminated and then what's going to move on. It's always different going backwards, though. Richie says this is the internet equivalent of buying drinks for friends. Hell yeah, man. That's what That's what you get. You guys make it that way, though. That's great. I love it. Still is getting the same notes on the nose. It's that like dark, rich. It's spicy on the nose. A little bit of ethanol in there for sure. There's a little bit of fruit poking through there. Definitely get some like rye spice though. Man, that's good. But again, it dries the palate out on like the mid, like this one kind of did. Or was it that one? God damn, I can't even remember. I think it was that one. Maybe it was this one. I don't know. But like once it gets to that mid palate, it dries it out. But it has a really nice finish to it. Definitely some rye spices that poke through on there. Definitely proofy. There's that peanut shell. There's almost like a slight kind of red fruit, a little bit of leather there. Definitely some oak on this one. On the back, like through the finish. That's pretty good. I don't know. Whoa. Story time's in the house. What's going on, man? So it's always different going backwards for sure. Yeah, without a doubt. It's definitely going to change up once I get down to here. Hendo with the $5 super chat says, one for my fellow Braves fan, David Base. Yeah, I think that's how I say it, Base. Cheers, Hendo. Thank you for that, man. Again, very generous of you guys. You guys are crazy. Ethan, EJ, Ethan and I are keeping track. It's a group effort, though. Ethan does most of the work. That's funny. This is pretty good. We're going to see, though. Let's see how good that one is. So I think I like this one, too. Ooh. That got real sexy on the nose. Man, that's like creme brulee, a little bit of like some raspberry or strawberry on top. And there's like a little bit of like darkness to it. I do pick up a little bit of rye, like some of that rye spice there on the nose as well, though. Oh. That's a weird I picked up almost like a grassy note there for a second. A little bit further away from the glass. That was weird. Yeah, like right there. That's funky. All right. That's the spiciest by far. I think that's really, really spicy. Like not only, I mean, proof it's 100 and obviously one of the 120 ones. It has to be. But like the rye spice that kind of shines through on that one. It's spicier than glass number 5. I don't know. I mean, I definitely like this one, I think, now more than this one going back. Damn, I don't know. Man, that's crazy. It's got a nice finish, though. It's just still kind of lingering on. A little bit of like black pepper there. Peanut shell for sure. Like sitting there on the mid to back palate. See, this is where it's going to get weird is these three, because these three didn't drink hot at all. These two at the end here do. Glass 4 and 5. David Bay says, crazy seeing some of the baseball contracts today. Insane. I don't know if anybody here is a huge baseball fan outside of Will and David, but crazy stuff going around. Mr. Great Shot still in the house. 21090. I'm hoping that people haven't gotten to have a drink with you yet. We'll go on. So I think 21090 and myself are going to try to set something up here at some point, guys. Maybe soon. We'll see. We'll let those guys tell the story of that. But I'm so excited to go on 21090 show. I'm a huge 21090 fan. I love what they do. I love their channel. Love what it's all about. They got the yin and the yang. It's a great channel, especially if you're a music lover and a beer lover and a whiskey lover. They do it all. Good stuff. Good stuff. This is Richie Z. This is a very heavy beam bracket. Like these two, I can almost tell you just proof wise are beam for sure. These three, I have no idea. No idea. One of them has to be. So I just don't know which one. Oh God, the nose on that is delicious. Oh my God. That got like really it got fruity. Slightest hint of like rye spice that kind of shines through on that. Oh my God, that got just like that's like a fruitcake, rye spice, slightest hint of oakiness. It's like mixed berries. Man, that smells good. Let's get a palate. Oh, it's oily too. That's got a lot of oils on it. Oh, man, that is good. What is that? I'm so thrown off by the proof on that. I have no idea what that is. It drinks so easy, but it's so damn good. It's so viscous, mouth coating. The finish lingers on. It has this like almost this like dessert, almost like a tiramisu thing going on with like mixed berries on the back end. Holy shit, that's good. David Bay says, story time, we need a drum session soon. Uh-oh, we got a drummer in the house. Good evening, you beautiful people. 21090. Cheers, Todd. Cheers. Yep. Cheers, Shane. Yep. Nice review of the 5-day smoke wagon. Yep. Uncut the Younger. That's actually in this. That actually was pulled on I think it might be next week's smoke wagon. Uncut the Younger is in this this bracket here as well. Not in this bracket, but in the bracket challenge. Oh man, Andy, come on, man. $30 super chat, Andy. Say cat's out of the bag. Dusty live with us next Tuesday. And I noticed Todd hasn't tipped you yet. Go figure. Cheers from the non-bald, most talented one. Cheers, Andy. Much appreciated, man. Thank you so much for that. I'm so pumped to go on 21090's channel, man. You guys have no idea. Again, it's I feel like it's just the time's going to go by so fast. But I don't even know what we don't even know what the show is going to be about yet. They may, but I don't. But I'm so pumped to go on their channel, talk music, whiskey, beer, whatever it is. I love music. I'm a huge music lover, for those of you who don't know. So when Napster was around, right? When Napster was around, I was one of those guys that was burning full CDs, right? Yeah, I was one of those guys, right? I burned full CDs of anything that you guys could think of. I'm talking like from the Grateful Dead to the Doors to Hendrix to ELO. I mean, you name it, I was burning CDs. I can't tell you how many CDs I burned from Napster. I was one of those guys. I'll admit it. I don't care. I still have a lot of those CDs. Sometimes I play them in my car, but not too much anymore. Yeah, so tons. I love music. It's healing. There's certain songs that hit your soul. Just it's hard to find. I know a lot of people ask, like, what's your favorite this? What's your favorite that? What's your favorite that? Like, it's so hard to answer. You know what I mean? Like, you have to put it into different like categories for me to answer something like that. It's so difficult, but I'm pumped to go on 21090 show. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. Oh man, this is going by quick. Oh my God. Again, thank you, Andy, for that. Brian Toner just subscribed. Brian, that's the best thing you ever did right there, buddy. Good stuff. BT says, you won't regret it, Brian. Absolutely. Those guys are great, man. Again, they're local to me, too. I could drive over to their house in like 5 minutes. It's amazing. We're so close. Two Wheels Down says, I'm actually home during a live. Cheers, man. Good to see you. I said cheers. Cheers. Andy coming in hot. Yes, he is, man. That's very generous of you, Andy. Thank you so much. Dan's bringing out the tiramisu. I'm telling you, man, I think this is going to move forward. I like this better than both of these. I don't know what this is, but that's good. I'm just going to move it forward now. I'm going to finish it. This is going to go forward. No, let me go back to these really quick. I may be wrong. Andy says, can't wait for it. Thank you, man. Trust me, I've been wanting to go on your show for a long time. Can't wait. And then when I do, we're got to set it up again. Because I know there's going to be more to talk about. All right, Andy, there's going to be more to talk about. I mean, we got the stouts to talk about. We have music to talk about, whiskey to talk about, Sagamore to talk about. We got so much to talk about. It's going to be amazing. Can't wait. Sausage Saint says 21090 rocks. Absolutely. Oh, my God. Swami's in the house. Oh, my God, Swami. Man, it's good to see you. It makes sense now. Two Wheels Down. It makes sense. I know Swami loves his bikes, man. Swami, it's great to see you on here, my friend. Great to see you on here. Lately, the song for me has been Songbird by Christy McVie. Oh, there you go. Oh, Christy McVie. She's with Fleetwood Mac. I actually saw Fleetwood Mac for one of our anniversaries. She wasn't there, however. She was not there. But, man, that was an awesome show. That was an awesome show. The Dusty series with 21090. I love it. I love it. I can't wait, man. You have no idea. Yeah, man. Nice to see you, Swami. I'm glad you're doing well, buddy. Tell you, that guy, Swami, man, he gets me. Oh God, the nose on that nose on this one's crazy. Holy shit! There's like mint, like a not a winter mint, but like spearmint on the nose. What? Nothing down there would have mint in it. That is mint. Wow, that's wild. I don't know. That's wild, though. Get a lit like oh my God, that is so minty. That is so weird. I don't remember getting mint on any of those, drinking them like straight up. It's like I do get some ethanol off of this one though, but that's really weird. Little like rye spice kind of poking through there. Man, I don't know. This one turned. That one turned funky a little bit for me. I don't know. I don't know about that. Chris McVie passed away November 30th. Oh, really? I didn't even hear about that. That's wild. Oh my God. Don't even get me started on Fleetwood Mac, man. I love Fleetwood Mac. Oh, God. I don't remember hearing about that, though. That's crazy. I don't remember hearing about Chrissy McVie passing away. Damn. Dan, do you mind all the dill notes on whiskey? I don't, as long as they don't. Yeah, like you said, Richie, as long as like the dill note doesn't dominate, I don't really have an issue with it. But when it's just like straight dill pickle, like pulling it out of a jar, that's I love pickles. Don't get me wrong, but like I want a little more. I want a little more than a pickle in my whiskey, right? So no, like I have to have something else with that dill note. Otherwise, it's kind of a turnoff for me, personally, anyway. But Kim says, watch YouTube video by Rumors Fleetwood Mac, perfect rendition, Songbird, last month. Man, that's crazy. I didn't hear about that. That's wild, man. Either way, man, Fleetwood Mac has put out some amazing music for sure. I love Fleetwood Mac. So I got to see him live. So without Chrissy McVie, but that was years back. I guess that's when they were still, I guess, arguing or whatever they were going through. Wax says, I don't get the dill notes anymore. Used to get them all the time. It turned mint for me. Yeah, I mean, I can see that for sure, Jeff. I can see how it could turn mint. But there's definitely times. I mean, what did I just drink recently that was just so dill pickle forward? Man, what was that? It was just I didn't like it. I mean, I didn't pour it out. I drank it, but it was just very, very dill forward. Spicy dill. I have to remember. It was something I have here. All right, let's get back to Glass A really quick, and then you figure this out. I'm still saying I think this one moves forward. Whatever that is moves forward for sure. Oh, man, that smells good. Man, that's good. That has some spiciness to it, but then there's fruit to it, a little bit of earthiness to it. I like the spices on the mid to back palate. It's like this pepper, this nutmeg kind of flowing through the back of the palate. A little bit of like I said, some black pepper that kind of flows through. Nice lingering finish to it. But I don't know if it can compete with these down here. So I think I'm gonna eliminate glass number 2 here. Let me see. Yeah, that just got it just got so minty for some reason. I'm going to eliminate glass number 2. That got weird. I don't know why that got weird. I don't know if it was just the order or what, but that got like minty. I don't know if I like that or not. Not against some of these other ones anyway. So this one, I think I'm glass number 3. I think I'm gonna move on to the next round. But let me catch up on the chat here. Andy says BT is in the house. Yep. Yes, he is. Drifting Dram says dill and proof just faded away for you, huh? EJ had the chance to talk to Mick Fleetwood for a few minutes, really down to earth. Absolutely, man, that's awesome. Man, I would have loved to got like backstage passes to go see that. Oh my God, that would have been amazing. It was still an amazing show. I mean, they put on such an amazing show. And you know what song really got the crowd just into it was Tusk. They play Tusk, and like everybody just absolutely loved that. Horns and all that kind of stuff were going on. It was awesome. It was really good show. All right, so I'm going to go back to this glass number 4. Man, that's good. You know what, though? Like, that hasn't changed much for me. It's remained pretty consistent with, like, the flavor profile. It's not drinking as spicy now either. I don't know. All right, let me see something really quick. Whoa. Man, that is weird. What is that? I like it, but I don't know if it's better than this one. This is hard. This is really difficult. I don't know. I have no idea. The proof on these has thrown me off so bad. I have no idea. All right, may as well finish this off. This is really good. Glass number 1. But I feel like it's lacking, like, it has a great mouthfeel to it, nice finish. But like on the mid palate, it just kind of like dies off for me. It's very sweet up front, dies off on the mid palate. Some spices start to develop there, like underneath the tongue, in like mid to back palate. It's good though. Man. All right, I'm going to eliminate glass 1. And I'm going to eliminate glass 5. Yeah. All right. I have my eliminations. This was difficult. This is way more difficult than the first one, for sure. Bourbon of the Week is in the house. What's going on, man? Good to see you, buddy. Chris, always good to see you, man. Sorry I'm late. Who was winning? I think glass 2 and 4 are moving on. Glass 2 and 4, the lineup. Man, that's good, whatever that is. Joe Graves is in the house. Joe, what's going on? Good to see you, man. Thank you for stopping in. Okay, so what did I say? Brian Toner says Peter Green was a good guitarist with Fleetwood Mac. I want to get your guys' opinion on something. How underrated would you say that Lindsey Buckingham is on guitar? For anybody who likes Fleetwood Mac and anybody who likes guitar, Lindsey Buckingham, underrated, overrated, or meh? Let me know in the comments. All right, so I have the key behind me. Glass 2 and 4, move on. These 3 are eliminated. I'm going to grab the key under this bottle. In an envelope. All right. The reveal. So, we're going to go with the eliminated ones this time. Go with the eliminated ones. So, glass E is eliminated. Glass E. Oh, Glass E was the bullet pick from the Mash Journey. So that must have been glass number 1 because it was right. I'm pretty sure it was right there. Definitely the lower proof of all of them for sure. So that's eliminated. So that was one of the last ones I eliminated was the Mash Journey bullet pick. Next to be eliminated is Glass C. Glass C was all right. Where is it? Glass C was Little Book number 1. Little Book number 1 is eliminated. Little Book number 1 eliminated. And then last but not least is letter A. Letter A is oh shit. Letter A is No Hard Times, which means the two moving on are Kathleen's batch is moving on to the next round, as well as barrel number 33. That had to have been the fruit bomb that I was getting on the glass. Again, that is glass D. So D, whoa, wait a minute. There we go. D and B move on. You see it right here. There they are, D and B, barrel 33, Kathleen's batch. Move on to the next round. I'm actually a little surprised, to be honest with you. I would have loved to see Little Book number 1 move on, but it didn't. I'm glad barrel 33 made it. I can tell you that was the fruit forward, the fruit bomb that I got. That one was really freaking good. I really liked that a lot. But Kathleen's batch pulled through as well. So barrel 33 and Kathleen's batch move on. Let me catch up in here. Oh my God, I get so far behind here. Cheers, Saucy. About time, Joe. Lindsey Buckingham is a great guitarist, but Fleetwood Mac shifted a bit from their blues style, so he didn't have to play as much. Yeah, I mean, I think you just think about like what he could have been in another band, right? Like the talent was there, but as you said, Richie, like kind of shifted away from what they were. Copperwolf, oh my gosh, $50 super chat. Something about that chessman staring at me. I do have some chessmen left now. I do have some chessmen left. It's not in here. I poured it into another sample. So we can give a sample of the chessman away. I don't have an issue with that. Richie said he lost the bet. You did, Richie. You lost it. I don't know who Lindsey Buckingham is, but I do like me some old Lindsey Lohan. And I'm glad she's back. Oh, that's funny, Joe. That's good stuff. Agree, Richie. Yeah, 21090 says the same. Yeah, I mean, Lindsey Buckingham is, I definitely think, an underrated guitarist. Now, had, he gone to somebody else, that may have been a different story, but definitely some nice music he was able to put out. So what I want to do now that that's done is I want to put the link in the chat here. All right, so I'm still pretty green at this, so I want to figure out how to put the link in the chat for anybody to join. Just the bullshit, if you want. And then we can go ahead and do the giveaways. Let me see here. Yeah, Richie says Lindsey Buckingham. Yeah, David says Lindsey Buckingham is a great guitarist. Absolutely. Barrel 33 moves on, and Kathleen's Bookers. Yeah. Yep. Kathleen's batch and the Barrel 33 move on. So that's 2 barrels that moved on. It has to be like that fruit forwardness. But I mean, that one just had a really long, lingering finish to it. I really liked it. Richie, you did lose the bet, buddy. But you don't owe me a sample, man. How the hell do I drop the link in here? How do you do that? Somebody who does lives a lot, where do you find the link? I don't know. I don't know where you find the link other than outside of the chat. Let me see something here. Let me go into StreamYard on my phone and see if I can post that link in the chat. Invite guests. How do I do that? Copy. Okay. So let me do this. I want to post this into the chat. Anybody who wants to hop on here is more than welcome. There you go. Link is in the chat. If you guys want to hop on and just bullshit for a little bit before I do the giveaways, you're more than welcome. 210 says should be a tab for invite. I don't see that, man. I'm green at this. I'm not there. Oh, I see it now. Oh my God, it's right next to Leave Studio. It's right freaking there. That's so funny. Yeah, anybody who wants to hop on, there's the link. More than welcome to hop on. I got to ask, though, in the chat, is anybody surprised at the results from tonight's live? Because I am. I was almost positive that something from Booker's was going to move on. I was honestly hoping Little Book number 1 would have moved on, but it didn't. Kathleen's batch did it for me, man. This is good stuff. And again, I mean, was there a disadvantage? Yes. Not only to the Barrel 33, but to the bullet pick as well, because of how low of a proof it was. But it is what it is. It was all random anyway, so it wasn't, it's not like I picked it to go against these Bookers. So now I got to figure out what I'm going to pour next. So again, if anybody wants to hop on, did that link work? I don't know if it worked or not. Does anybody know if that link worked? Cam says, no surprises here. If you had Little Book 3 in that mix, we wouldn't have a different conversation. Yeah, we would have a different conversation. Yeah. Uh-oh. Oh. We wouldn't have a different conversation. Yeah, we would have.
Oh, what's up, man?
Hey, Andy, what's going on, man?
How you doing, buddy?
Good, man. Good to see you. Thanks for hopping in.
What's up? Good to see you. Let me turn this other one off. I had to hop up before Todd did because he's really quick with that stuff. So I figured
I haven't seen him in the chat, actually. Where is he? I haven't seen him in a while.
Usually when I jump on, Todd gets upset that I'm stealing his thunder. He leaves.
There he is.
He's probably gone. So that's kind of no. He's lurking around. There he is. See?
Yeah. He's
told you earlier when I texted. He bogarts all the 210 stuff. So I come on my person.
You got to go incognito, man.
So you coming on next week, man?
I am so pumped to come on your channel next week. You have no idea.
No idea. We're excited to have you.
Yeah. So I don't know, what I mean, I guess we could talk about the he said he's not coming on now.
Well, don't be like that, Todd. Don't be upset. He thinks every now and then I steal his thunder. I don't go on other shows all that often. That's why he gets upset by that. So
yeah. Yeah, we can. I'm just. I'm excited, man. I mean, we can talk about whatever, like music, beer, whiskey. I'm just excited to come on your guys' channel, man. I'm a big fan of your guys' channel. Big fan of what you guys do.
Likewise, man. We're Dusty Dan fans too. So I come back. Oh,
Whoops.
In and out. Man, that was quick.
What's going on, Katie and Ethan? How are you?
What's up, y'all? Cheers, Andy.
Oh man, good to see you guys.
Well, guys.
Good to see y'all. It's going good.
What are you guys sipping on? Top Dog says Barrel 33 was one of his picks. Oh shit. I love Barrel 33, to be honest with you. I just wasn't sure how it would hold up against those 3 higher proof Bookers, but it did. I mean, just the flavor profile on it was what was the one that was minty? I don't remember what glass that was. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that, but I don't remember what was minty. Well, man, that was crazy. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, Barrel surprises me all the time.
Man, I can't believe Barrel is in both brackets moving on. That is surprising. Andy, what are you sipping on?
Actually, I just this is the Masters Collection Woodford Reserve. I'm sipping on this year's
most recent release.
Yeah, the recent. I loved last year's, so I wanted to see how this one compared. We're gonna do a video, and I gotta give a shout out, as it pains me, to Joe Graves for finding this bottle for me. So, I gotta say thank you to Joe. Right now, I think I liked last year's better. Last year was a kicker with proof too, but this isn't a bad pour. This isn't bad. So I think we're gonna do 3 years blind of the Masters collection of their batch proof and see which one we'd like better. So,
that'd be a good video, man. You gonna do it live or just as a review?
I don't know. We haven't decided yet. And you can pick what you want to drink too for next week. We'll figure out what we want to do for the drinking wise too. So you let us know.
That's tough. I'm just it's gonna go by so fast. I'm gonna be like, I'm just gonna be wanting more, man. I'm gonna be wanting more.
Well, that's what we'll do. The Dusty series. It'll be once a month. We have the Dusty series. You come on and we'll just do some local Maryland stuff. It'll be fun.
Oh, dude, that'll be awesome, man. That would be so cool.
You'll have to play.
You were
Bites of Dust.
So I know you were one of the ones that we went out to dinner with and tried some of the My Maryland, if I'm not mistaken, right? You were able to try that. Yep.
Well, we had the old Mount Vernon, right?
And the Mount Vernon as well, yeah.
Mount Vernon as well too, which was good.
Put a hurting on that one.
Oh, I felt guilty every time you would refill the glass. I was like, I think, man, I need to slip you a couple 20s here or something.
No.
So we're hanging out and we're having a couple pours, and I just every time I turn, would talk to somebody, hear Dan just go, shh. Really bad. I didn't initiate it.
That's worth it. It's worth it. I just don't know. Just there's something about being able to share with people and having a good time. Like I said, it's all about the experience. You know what I mean? Like just be able to experience, good times with people. I mean, that's when you bring out the bottles that are nice and just enjoy. I know with Katie and Ethan, they were on a Northeast trip. And they came into town and went to Sagamore, and we hung out outside for a little while and tried to be incognito, but we failed. We failed really bad at that. I mean, we had just the bottles laid out on the table, and Brian came out and hung out with us for a little bit and sat at the table, and then drank some stuff, and then went on a tour, a private tour. It was just us 3, and Brian went on a tour, and then
rolled out the red carpet.
He did roll out the red carpet. He rolled it out.
He's good people, man. Brian's good people.
Great.
Brian's great people.
Yeah.
The nicest thing about Sagamore is when you go there, it's not just Brian. Like every one of the workers, everyone who's part of that team is happy and they're smiling and they like their job, and that's like a sign of a really good leader. Like whoever's leading that crew, which is Brian.
Absolutely, man. That's a sign of a great culture. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's breeding a great culture there. It's awesome.
He's a good dude. He's a real good guy.
And then, I mean, I know like once we finished the tour, we went up to like their meeting room, and then we were lucky enough to try some of Larry Eversol's rye that he created. Insane, just an insane pour.
That was crazy.
Yeah, got to try some of that, and then us 3 went out to was it Nick's Fish House? Is that where we went?
Yeah, we went to Nick's.
Yep.
Nick's, was it Nick's? Yeah.
And we stayed there for hours.
Yeah, we were there for a while, and I'm sure I bored them too.
Oh, no.
No, you didn't bore us at all.
Yeah.
I'm laughing about it, just the group of us. We got there like 20 minutes before they closed and stayed there till like an hour and a half after.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Nick's is a good place too. That's a good place.
That's
It was
yeah,
great. It was great.
right on the
Got some
water.
little gems. Got some little gems in Baltimore people don't know about. We're more than just the wire around
Yeah.
here.
More than the wire. Yeah, a little bit, man. You know, people are like, oh my God, the wire. Is that what really goes on? I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. That's what
There are parts that's pretty true, but most of Baltimore is not the reputation that it gets on.
I
TV.
agree.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately it is a city of, that has some problems, but there's also a great side to it as well.
Yes.
I mean, just so many.
You're a baseball guy too, Dan. I'll go to my grave saying Camden Yards is still the most beautiful stadium in all of baseball.
I love that stadium. I love that stadium.
It is
such a nice stadium.
Second to the Field of Dreams in Iowa. It's God's perfect baseball.
Yeah, I mean that's and being at a ballpark, there, and it's so close to Raven Stadium too. Both the stadiums are like almost side by side. It's just it's awesome, man. I mean, it's right around there. You get into like the Fells Point area. Even Canton, those areas are just really nice. Like a lot of fun. Andy, have you been to Blue Moon Cafe?
Yeah. It's a little gem, man. That's another great place.
That's another,
Grab some good breakfast there, man.
Some Captain Crunch French toast.
Yeah, some good.
Oh
stuff.
man,
it wasn't Guy Fieri went there, didn't he? Once, didn't he go there?
Yeah,
Diners, Stars, and Dives?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, they got a couple spots that popped up on the Food Network. So, Katie, Ethan, what are you guys drinking on right now?
The Bardstown Triple Stave.
Yep.
Ooh. Have you guys had the Disco 9 yet? Anybody?
We have not.
No?
We haven't seen it.
Nope.
Huh.
We've heard great
The 8
things.
was great.
Yeah.
8 was a great pour.
Yes.
It's really good.
That's actually in this tournament as well. I think I don't remember what week it is. It might be like week 5. But yeah, the Disco 8 that wound up falling into here as well. I actually reviewed Katie, Ethan. I reviewed the Makers BRT 1 and 2 yesterday. I reviewed it. I just got to edit it and drop it. I have a favorite. But we'll wait for the video to drop before we.
I can't wait to see it. Todd and I have been trying to shoot that for a while. We haven't had a chance to do that one yet. So, but I tell you, every day that goes by, he puts a bigger dent in both those bottles. Todd loves it. Yeah.
Is there a flavor that you have?
For me?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd have to go back and do the video again to because they're both a little bit different. So it's almost like what you're in the mood for that particular day. Yeah. It's hard to like kind of come out of the gate swing and say one over the other. But I would love to go back and revisit. But Todd called me he's like, man, I love both these offerings because I think their wood finishing series is good. So
yeah,
I think they do a pretty good job with that.
Yeah, they I tried them. I had to do it. I had to to do the review quick because it was 2 that I had to kind of go through. So it was kind of quick. But I definitely preferred one over the other. It's not that either of them were bad. But just for maybe it was that day, but the profile on one of them was just, it was perfect. So they're doing some crazy stuff over there at Makers for sure.
Oh yeah. They're interesting.
I need to do those 2 again too, because what I remember is thinking, man, I wish these were more like FAEO wanted to. The sweetness off FAE from last year, that really just spoke to me,
They were good. That last year's was good too. Yeah.
Burr Ben says, Andy, been to the Blue Oyster? ?
I'm trying to see if I get this right because the Blue Oyster, the Big Oyster, that's the brewery in Lewis, Delaware, which is probably not what he's talking about. So I'm not. If it's the brewery, yes. If it's something I'm missing, then no. But good beer.
Brandon Delaware says Blue Pit is a gym. David says he did not like
Brandon and Ryan, good people. We met them. Remember, we met them at Sagamore. Good people too.
Yes. They went to the Sagamore, the tree lighting. Man, I couldn't make it. I was disappointed. I'm like right there. You know, I couldn't. Did you make it, Andy?
So which one? The tree? No, I wanted. We were on the fence. My daughter. It's funny. She had a birthday party right before that. We hosted it for her birthday. It's like a dozen 10-year-olds, girls just around screaming. And after like 3 hours, when we handed them back off to their parents, we had planned to go. My wife and I sat down on the couch. We're like, no, I'm crack open a bottle of something. I don't care if it's beer, bourbon, or wine.
Yep.
We were done for the night. It was.
That
I mean,
was enough for me.
Exhausting.
Yeah.
Also, Ben's laughing. Blue Oyster is a bar and police academy. I think Blue Oyster is also a brewery in Lewis.
I think
it's either Blue Oyster or Big Oyster. I'm in Lewis all the time, so I can't remember if it's Big Oyster or Blue Oyster. But I wasn't sure what he was talking about.
David says I did not like the BRT 01. That's me though. BR2 or BRT 02 is great. Joe, that may have been the one that I picked. We'll see. We'll see. How about Ethan, Katie? What's your guys' opinions on the 01, 02? I already reviewed them, so I just got to drop the video.
I remember liking the two more, but it's been a while since we opened them right as soon as we got them, poured samples, drank a little bit, and then capped them.
Right over there though. I'll have to go grab it in a second.
Maybe.
Yeah, I feel like I'm so far behind. Like I still have a handful of stuff I have to review, and I'm running out of time. So I want to. I mean, typically I try to drop like the top 10 videos like at the end of December, but I still have a handful of stuff I have to review. The Port Sagamore, the Bottled and Bond Sagamore, the 10-year Old Bones rye whiskey. God, what else is there? Disco 9. I should have hopefully here soon to review that, but I'm just running out of time for it.
It's hard to keep up with all.
It's so hard to keep up for it. I mean, there's times where I want to try to review, 2, 3, but then at that point, it's like, man, I got to drive still. Like I got to,
Well, if you wonder where Todd and I's outtakes come from on the live streams, it's when we actually have those nights where we try and do 2, 3 videos. By the time, if they're released in a 4-week succession, you're like, yeah, they're pretty good videos for 1 and 2 weeks, 3 or 4. They're really animated in weeks 3 and 4. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, we can do one more, and then you're like, we should have done one more.
Yeah. That's how I feel too. I mean, like I said, I have a small drive from here to my house, but it's just, after doing 2 reviews, like I said, I did the EC BP C922, and then I did the 2 makers. And I was going to do another one. I was like, you know what? It's probably not a good idea. I feel pretty good right now. I may mess up this review, start slurring my words and all that. I'm done.
It's almost easier to gauge it with whiskey. All right, the proofs, definitely you have to check the proofs because that can throw you off a little bit. But, you little half-ounce pours here and there, and you feel like, yeah, we're doing okay. When Todd and I do a bunch of the barrel-aged beers, that's when it can completely make you think you're doing all right. And then you're 2 videos deep, and you're like, oh, no, this is – we probably shouldn't have done that last video.
Yeah.
So it's – and because we do a lot of the barrel-aged stuff in the fall and the winter. And that's when we're like, yeah, we got to be careful.
Yeah. It creeps up on you quick, man. Like I said, I mean, I didn't even really, stand up. I mean, I just kind of threw a different shirt on. I don't want to do a review and wear the same shirt. So I just kind of throw a shirt on really quick.
We used to do that. We don't care anymore. We used to we have 3 or 4 shirts and we're changing every time. We're like, you know what?
Dustin's dirty, man. He's wearing the same shirt during his reviews.
We're like, we really think we're okay.
You're not dirty, Dan. You're dusty.
Yeah, that's true. Very
dirty
true.
Dance is his OnlyFans.
That's the only thing I'll do is I'll just throw on a new shirt. But then, like I said, after the makers, man, I stood up and I was like, oh my god, I'm glad I didn't do number 3 here. This would have been bad.
Yeah, beer's harder too because you got a bigger package, right? You got a 500 ml or a 750, and you don't want to waste it. You're going to drink it, especially if it's good. So,
yeah, and
that's
the problem too, because it's not like you technically can cap them, but I mean, no one caps beers really. They just don't do it. So, And the hardest part for us when we get all the Goose Island stuff for Bourbon County Stout,
Yep.
7 to 8 variants a year, and we would do our best of video. And you have all of them cracked open, like it's. We did 2 years ago. We did a cuvee, so we put all of them together, so we felt like that way we weren't wasting them. Also, a bad idea. It tasted good. Also, a bad idea.
Saucy says, "I've got so many reviews to video. I got to do Stag Batch 18 review tonight. Oh man,
That's nice.
yeah."
By the way, if you haven't seen Saucy out there,
Yep.
he's great, man. He is fun. He's down to earth.
Yep.
He has these great little one-liners he throws into all of his videos.
Yep.
And I'm like, man, I'm stealing that. He's a good dude. Saucy's a good guy, and so he's starting to crank out more content. So if you haven't checked out Saucy, gotta check him out.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Same with Katie and Ethan over at Drifting Drams. Make sure you guys give them a subscribe, please. Great people. Again, I can't wait till we get to hang out again, man. That was so much fun.
You two have to come on one night too. We'll have to have a little party
for sure.
where we have a couple sips.
Oh,
Sure.
Absolutely.
I'm down for that, man. I'll be first in the chat. I'll be waiting for it.
We'll do some. we picked the music topic. You guys let us know what music you like. We'll throw that in with the whiskey and beer, and we'll make a little show out of it. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
Man, I'm gonna have to figure out
Sounds
what to bring onto your guys' show. Oh my god, music, man, that's gonna be tough.
I want to see the inner hard rock come out in you, though, dude. I got a little. I know it's in there. We'll pull that out.
Like, what are you thinking? I mean, what do you? What
Tomorrow? So last week we did the Monsters of Rock versus Monster Ballads, all the old infomercials and stuff like that, and people really liked it. So we thought about doing. There's a volume 2, and for both of them, we thought about doing it. And Todd and I were reading, and we're like, you know what? That's not very good. Like, it just wasn't a great CD. In fact, a lot of the ballads were on the Monsters of Rock side. They were really ballads. We're like, we're not going to do it. So I said, Todd, why don't we just do our own? Like, we'll do our own Monster of Rock and Monsters Ballads. So we're doing that tomorrow for the 5,000 subscriber video. We're going to do our own curated list, and they'll see if do you rock or not, part 2. And then we're doing instead of Fortnite for the video gamers out there, we're doing Port Night. We're doing a bunch of port finishes. We're going to do that to drink a little bit too.
Very nice.
So yeah, so it'll be fun. So
yeah, it's I mean, as far as rock, man, it's so hard to pinpoint. Like, I couldn't tell you a top X, or it's so hard to do.
I always love that question. If you're on a desert island and you can only bring 5 albums, it really makes you stop and think, like, what 5 albums do you want to bring?
It's so hard to.
But you can always come up with at least 1 or 2 that you're like, I have to bring them in. Maybe like 2, like 3, 4, and 5 are hard because you're like, oh, there's so many. There's always a couple that come to your mind, and those are the ones that we're like, let's start there.
Yeah,
and that might be like where you give it a start. So,
man,
like, I'm not going to any island without Hysteria. Like, I know that's coming with me. Like, that's going to be on rotation, and probably followed by Pyromania. But after that, you start to get into, like, whatever. Okay, what's next? And so, Poison.
So I got to be prepared for that, I guess, huh?
You got to be prepared, Dan.
We'll give you time to start thinking, Dan.
All right. Yeah, I got time. I got a couple days.
Even better, just go in flat-footed and say whatever the heck comes to mind.
You can throw us for a curveball. So
yeah, I tell you, I do love ELO, man. I will say that.
That's some good classic rock right there, man.
Yeah. ELO, I'm a big fan of. I mean, just after partying for a night and putting some good headphones on, listening to ELO, I'm good with it.
Peter B said our greatest hits albums allowed. I was always on the fence. Like, at first I was like, no, of course not. But now I'm like, you know what? Yeah, bring your greatest hits. If you want to do greatest hits, because Todd and I started to find, like, the greatest hits are fun to do too. So bring.
They're awesome.
Hits.
Yeah,
bring greatest hits are fun to do. So yeah, if you got a greatest hits album you want to do,
it's just so hard. Even to pick 5 though, man, that's tough. There's so many genres of music.
Dan, I'm giving you 10 seconds. At least give me 2 albums you're going to bring.
2 albums?
Go. You're on 5 seconds. 4,
Master of Puppets, and then
7, 9. Come on.
I don't know. Oh my God, I don't know.
Come on.
Rumors.
There you go. We got 2. And you were talking Fleetwood Mac all night tonight, so you know your stuff with Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah.
So that would be great. You know that stuff.
That's tough though, man. Gosh. Man, yeah, that's good though. I mean, yeah, I love Master of Puppets.
That's a killer album. My favorite Metallica song of all time is off of Master. Sanitarium is my favorite song.
Yeah, that's an awesome song. God, it's such a good song. Yeah, I mean that album is just that's on another level. And then again, I love Fleetwood Mac, and I think Rumors is probably their best album.
Here comes your chats too. EJ says Scorpions, Animal Magnetism, and Pink Floyd, The Wall. See, I love it when people start throwing in the music evokes this emotion. People like with whiskey, and beer, like people either like it or they don't, like they're on the fence. But when you start talking music, some people like love it, like just like with all their heart, or they can't stand it.
Yeah.
And so it's fun to get the passion that comes out in people when you start talking a little bit about music. So that's when we had Brian Treacy on. He wanted to do the Grateful Dead. We're not huge Deadheads, but we were like, well, this would be fun for us to learn some of these songs and stuff like that. But man, he was whipping out stuff like he's like, well, that was from this concert back then, and they play this live, but they won't play this live. And it was just really cool to see the passion people like when it comes to music. So
yeah, Brian's definitely he's definitely a big Deadhead.
Yeah.
Joe says I'd bring the 5 biggest albums so I can use them to build a raft to get off the damn island.
That's typical Joe.
Joe says Dan's definitely going Milli Vanilli. Oh, Dire of a Madman.
That's a great one.
God, that's such a good one. That's old Randy Rhoads, man.
Oh yeah, that's good stuff.
Oh goodness.
Wow, Roscoe, you got some good taste there, man. I like that.
Van Halen, okay.
Will's awesome. Look at that. I like. Hey, that's all right. That's cool. I like that. I have this strange love for Hall & Oates.
Hey man, Hall & Oates put out some. They put out some hits.
Absolutely.
Nothing wrong with some Hall & Oates. Oh wait a minute, who's in here? Who is it? Oh, hey, get back here. Shane.
Hey,
what's up, Shane?
What's up?
What's going on, man? Good to see you.
Great to see you.
Thanks for hopping on, man. What's in your glass?
I just poured. I'm going back to these old standard.
Oh yeah. Can't go wrong with the standard single.
This one,
Four Roses,
is a banger. 27.6T.
Nice.
Freaking good.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm probably gonna be getting into the samples you sent this weekend.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna get into those this weekend.
I sent the same samples to Todd and Andy too.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah, I can't wait to get into those.
Yeah, we got them coming up soon. So. We got some stuff planned.
Let's go. Oh wait, what did EJ say? EJ says Scorpions. Yeah, just some Pink Floyd. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good album too.
Yep.
Appetite for Destruction would have to be one of them for me.
Did you say Appetite?
Yeah.
Yeah. Todd would be beyond thrilled to hear that. He's an Axl lover. He loves him some GNR.
I like GNR too. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there's times when I wish that Axl wasn't there.
Axl? Wish Axl wasn't Axl?
Yeah.
It's true. Well,
at times, not all the songs, but
there's a lot of guys like that, though. I mean, like you think, like that's the thing. Like I'm glad they're back together now for the most part, because even you think about bands like Whitesnake and Megadeth, like it's the lead singer and everybody else who they decide to put around them for what, because there's a rotating door of people who come in to like play. Axl, on the other hand, was like, you're working on my schedule. If I want to work, I'll pick my people. If I don't, I'm going to take a hiatus. Like. That's just, but he was so bloody big. I mean, there for a period of time, there's no one bigger than Guns N' Roses, and Axl Rose is the most known frontman in the world. So, I mean, he had that ability to do that if he wanted to.
Agree. Katie, Ethan, I have to ask you guys, do you guys have top 5? Could you name anybody in top 5?
Oh, that'd be fun.
I mean, I'm not going to say she's more of a music head than I am, but she has a better memory than I do. I'm the guy who hears something and is like, oh yeah, I love that song. For me, if I had to, it would be a lot of outlaw country, outlaw rock.
Okay.
I love that bluesy, rocky. I love it.
Kate, what about you? What are you thinking?
Oh gosh, I've always been a big Muse fan.
Oh, okay.
Muse.
All right. I like Muse.
See, that'd be fun. I'd have to really like dig in. That'd be fun to dig into that. Now, country, I love country. I'd be down with some country. But I'd have to dive into the music like to really learn them more, which would be fun. I like that's the fun part about it. Yeah, that's cool.
Peter B says, "Here's an idea: biggest guilty pleasure songs. You may need a few pours for honesty."
Oh, that's a great idea.
That's a great
That is
idea.
a great idea.
I'd love to do that one night. That'd be great.
Oh, that's awesome.
The 3-drink
And yes,
minimum
you'll
to
hear some
start.
Barry Manilow and back.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right up front. That's fine. We'll be
Yeah. Saucy says, "Axe." Ugh. Yeah. Joe says, "I'm old, but in 1985, when I was 14, I told my parents I was going to my friend's house, and instead, my friend drove us to Indian Saw and all ages ride the lightning show." Oh my God!
That's
so
awesome.
That's very cool.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome, Joe.
Well, Dusty, we're about the same age, yes? Not too far. Well, actually, you're a little younger than us.
Yeah, I'm 40.
Yeah, so you're a little younger than us. Todd's 56, and I'm about 45. So we snuck into the old Hammerjacks back. You remember Hammerjacks when you were a kid, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we snuck in to see a couple bands back in the day to play. I got in trouble from my parents. The first time I did that, I told them because most concerts I thought were from like 8 to 11, like they were like the Caps when they shut down.
Yeah.
This is no cell phones back then, so when you went in there, when we realized that the show didn't start until like 11 o'clock and went till close to 2, I was like, well, I'm not losing my spot in line. I'm not going to some payphone out here in the middle of Baltimore City. Yeah, my dad was a little bit pissed.
Yeah, probably.
Waiting up with the Italian look on his face. I was like, ooh, I'm in trouble.
That's great. Did your dad grow up in Baltimore?
So here's the funniest thing, especially if you understand, geographically the Ravens Steelers like rivalry. He grew up in Pittsburgh, and he was a Steelers fan, and he moved here. And over the years, we've been kind of chiseling away at him. He is a converted Steeler fan, now Raven fan, which is unheard of.
That is unheard of.
Yeah, so he is we converted him to a Raven fan. Yes. Did
you have a part in that?
Oh yeah, we probably, he may have done it just to shut us up, but yeah. I mean, my first game was at the old Three River Stadium in Pittsburgh, which was a complete disaster before Hines came around, and so he took me to see a Steelers Cowboys game. We went to go see back in the '80s in Three Rivers. But when the Ravens came back, because he was a Colts, he wasn't really a Colts fan, but when the Colts left and we came here and Ravens came around, then we started to kind of work on it a little bit. So
yeah,
that's
awesome. So she says, "Yes, Ethan." There you go.
Peter B. Awesome.
Hendo says, "Check out some Blackberry Smoke, epic GA band, Georgia band." Shane, really quick, tell us a little bit about story time while you're on, man.
What?
Whatever you want to tell us.
I hope everyone's having a great holiday.
The floor is yours.
I don't want the floor. I just want to hang out, my friend.
All right.
I'm excited. Look, I'm excited to hear what you guys think of those two samples.
Yeah.
I will tell you, nothing made me happier than being able to get the cognac out with the Friday at Fred's cigar batch. I mean, that to me just kind of personifies what we were trying to do at Storytime. Really encapsulate the community, and those two guys, Fred and Doug. If you knew those guys, they're just
awesome.
They're salt of the earth people.
They're the best.
They're the salt of the earth.
You're lucky to know them.
Yes,
and they would never. You would never hear them say anything like that because they're just so humble and just good people. But you're lucky to know them.
Yeah,
and I couldn't do anything in my own power to really honor them any better than what I did, which was, making that bottle. And I'm telling you, it is a fantastic bottle. It is an absolutely fantastic bottle, and you'll be glad you got a sample of it at the least, I'm sure.
Oh, for sure.
Now I'm
we
even
got
more
to-
stoked to try that.
Yeah.
They brought those bottles because we saw them at the Louisiana Bourbon Festival. We had them come up and meet us in Baton Rouge the week after the Schlammering. And they brought us each a bottle, one of each of those. And we got to crack those with those guys after the Bourbon Festival. Stayed up till like 2:30, 3 o'clock talking to them. They were smoking cigars, just having a great time, sharing pours. Some of the best people you'll ever meet.
Yeah,
That's
And,
awesome.
you know, Paula and Sherry put up with a lot. And but they are great guys.
Yep.
Yeah, again, I mean, Shane, that's awesome that you were able to send us that, man. So thank you so much for that. Much
I'm excited to hear if you like it, and always expect you to be 100% honest too. By the way, I think a lot of people get weird about that because they think, oh well, if I'm going to do a review for somebody or I'm going to go through this, I want to make. No, man, that's not what this is about. You be honest. If it tastes like dog piss, I want to know. It tastes like dog. Right.
Top Dog says, first concert was Motley Crue.
Shout out to
the Devil Tour was, I was in 85. Dang.
No, he was 85 when he went to that concert.
He was 85.
That's when Vince could actually sing and run around the stage.
Yeah.
So that was a different Motley Crue era.
Oh man, the Cars in 1982.
Dude, that would be amazing.
Damn.
Are they still around?
I wanted to say I never got to
playing?
see. Say that again.
Are the Cars still around? Do they still play?
What the lead singer is, he'll do like private, kind of like, I say private, these small venue shows himself, but I don't think the Cars do anything together.
Yeah,
I can't remember the guy's name.
I haven't heard them as being around for a while, so that's a cool show to see.
Oh man,
especially in 82.
Look at this guy.
There he is.
Scotty.
My first
Scotty
concert was Ben Folds 5 in 2004.
Oh my God, I love Ben Folds, man. I saw him with an orchestra, and he was up there like instructing the orchestra on what to do, and I was like, "This is insane! This guy's nuts!"
Yeah.
Oh man, Annie Waits, I love that song.
Yep.
Man. Oh man, Ben Folds.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That's Rick Ocasek died in 2019. So that
both lead singers have passed. Oh, okay.
Yep.
Wow.
Man, Ben Folds. Oh my God, Ben Folds 5. Yeah. Oh man, good stuff. Man, that's crazy you brought that up, Ethan. That's awesome.
That's awesome, EJ, because that concert, Scorpions 84, Bon Jovi, the opening band, that's right before they drop. They're starting to make Slippery When Wet. So Bon Jovi was like on the cusp of you get one more album or you're no longer a band.
Yep.
And so that was the 7800 Fahrenheit album, which had like one minor hit. So Scorpions was the draw. So it's kind of funny how quickly things change. That's a cool
both
show.
lead singers of the Cars have passed.
Yeah.
What a beautiful group tonight. Absolutely. We're all beautiful. All of us. Thank you, Scotty, for that.
Scott is more beautiful than Todd, though.
He is.
Not as much more beautiful.
Scott is a sexy beast. He's a sexy man.
Poor Todd, man. He just gets it all the time.
Big Vic's in the house. Cheers, man.
Todd gives it as much as he dishes it out.
Well, I mean, he sets himself up for it. I mean, I know how that goes.
He's a good sport. Todd is a good sport. I will say that. I've known him since we were playing big blocks in kindergarten together 40 years ago.
Wow.
So Todd and I can dish it out a little bit.
That's awesome.
You guys just have like this perfect chemistry, man. Like, I don't know, it's just really fun to watch you guys. It's a lot of fun.
I call him my second wife because it's funny because he really and honestly, it was funny. Like, this is a true story. Last week I had a day off, no kids at home, which rarely ever happens because I'm always driving my kids to different schools and stuff like that. Then I've got, and my wife sometimes in and out working from home. And I had a complete day off. Todd calls me. He's like, come on, come pick me up. We're going to Sagamore. We got to pick up some stuff. And I was like, my one day off from no people, my other wife calls and I have to go and I'm on spousal duty and I'm gone. But no, I don't think he brought me into doing this. I would have never in a million years done this, but he's like the godfather of our, because he was like just he will take a camera and a selfie and just go to, he doesn't care, no holds barred, just he doesn't care what it comes out like.
Yep.
He puts himself out there, and that's what I love about him. Like he is just, he's great with that stuff. Like, and so we actually balance off with each other. We never actually get upset with each other, even if it looks like we're fighting on camera. We actually never get upset with each other, which is the weirdest thing for like a friendship of 40 years. But
That's awesome.
He's good people, man.
That's
so
awesome.
Let's give him a hard time. He's good.
So
people.
long. That's impressive.
So, Andy, is there a group or a single person that's no longer with us that you didn't get to see live in concert that you would have loved to have seen?
Oh, great question.
To be honest with you, I was planning on buying tickets. As much as I love my rock and roll, I was going to go see the This Is It tour by Michael Jackson. I wanted to see, I wanted to see him really badly because the Thriller and Bad albums were two of like the most influential albums when I was growing up. Like I loved that. Outside of that, and like Bobby Brown, like the New Jack Swing, like that's what I listened to outside of rock and roll. So I would have loved to have seen Michael. I would have loved to have seen MJ live. Rock standpoint, I mean, I'd love to have seen Queen. You know, with Freddie Mercury, I think would have been really awesome to see. I think that would have been an incredible show. So, and I actually, this is a true story. Todd's brother used to work for the Baltimore Arena, and he had tickets to go see Tom Petty. And he said, "Do you want to come with me to see Tom Petty tonight?" And I was like, "Man, I'm busy. I can't do it. I got too much going on." And 2 months after that show, Tom Petty passed away. And I was like, I wish I could have seen him. So that was a kicker too. Like I would have loved to have seen him in concert. So there's a couple instead of one, but yeah, there's a few. Yeah. How about you?
3. So band would be Led Zeppelin, the original, like Led Zeppelin 3 or 4 around that time would have been unbelievable. I would have loved to have seen Stevie Ray Vaughan live.
Oh yeah, man!
All venue. And Jimi Hendrix would have been the other one that I would have loved to have seen.
Yeah. You know who I saw too? I mean, and this is, I mean, obviously he wasn't that old, but Nirvana. I would have loved to see Nirvana live.
Yeah.
Would have loved to seen them live, man. And then
are you a big 90s fan? 90s alt rock fan, Dusty?
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, like when I tell you that I burned full CDs from Napster, I'm telling you, everything that you can think of, I burned. The Doors, the Dead. I mean,
there's a reason Lars doesn't watch your show. So
yes, he is. He would not be a fan of my show at all. I mean, I burned. I was one of those guys. I just burned.
I knew that was coming. David Bays goes, Andy loves Nirvana. He's laughing. He knows that I am not a fan of like the 90s alt rock that killed the glam rock. So when people want to torture me, they put on Nirvana or Alanis Morissette or something like that. Which is
no Alanis Morissette for me, but. So I'm not like I like other genres other than like 90s alt, but like I would have just loved to see Nirvana. Stone Temple Pilots is another one. You know, I would have loved to see.
Yeah, well, see, I never saw Scott Weiland. Like I loved STP. I wish I had seen Soundgarden. I like Chris Cornell. Was amazing. I was never a big Nirvana fan. But I thought Pearl Jam. I thought Soundgarden. I would have loved to seen Alice in Chains with Lane Staley. Like,
my God, Alice in Chains is so good.
Like, so there was, and unfortunately, a lot of those early pioneers of that alt rock movement, left us too soon. So, so you really got in and you watched those guys early, or you didn't get a chance to see them.
They lived hard.
Oh yeah, little bit.
They got their money's worth.
Yeah. What about the? How do you guys feel about the Cranberries?
Good group. I don't think I would ever want to see them.
God rest her soul, but I was not a Cranberries fan either.
Yeah.
So Zombie was one of the
Randy Rhoads. There we go, man. Randy Rhoads. Oh my goodness.
No, I would have loved to see Randy Rhoads.
Oh.
Yeah,
I don't know about like talent, right? And like think about where he would have been. I mean, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, now, like just It's so hard to say, but my God, you talk about someone who was so talented at guitar. My God, Randy Rhoads.
He may have gone down as well. He was up there. Like Randy Rhoads was incredible.
Scott, don't get me started on the Traveling Wilburys, man. you know that's my jam.
He was such a student of guitar, more than a lot of people even knew.
Yeah.
Like he had private lessons all the time from like Albie Mayola and Frank Zappa. Like he was like going Zappa, who was not a technical guitar player at all, but Randy Rhoads would go spend times with that guy to try and understand his influence on the guitar. It was just such a student, man. It was just crazy.
And he was very level-headed too. He was not, he was actually, someone who you wouldn't have. He wasn't like your partier like Tommy Lee or Nikki Sixx or something like that. I mean, he was pretty much a student of the game, and that's what. It was a shame he was taken so soon.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So young too, man. God.
That's that rock and roll lifestyle. I mean, when we went to see. Todd and I went out to Oklahoma. We went to Pryor, Oklahoma to see Rocklahoma when they did like the Woodstock of hair bands. Like they had this thing that was like 11 years ago. And we saw Janie Lane there, the lead singer of Warrant, who passed away not too long ago. Crazy talented guy. He wrote a lot of killer riffs, really good. Got my picture taken with him, and a couple of years later he passed away. These guys were larger than life. And sometimes that whole fame thing, when you come in and out of like the spotlight, I think it weighs on them too. And then next thing you know, you're diving into vices you shouldn't be diving into. Rock and roll's a weird industry like that.
Yeah.
So it's hard to be level-headed the entire way through. So
the last one I would want to see, I guess, would be Prince. I didn't get to see Prince.
Good call.
I would have loved to see Prince.
Great call on that.
Yeah.
God, that guy's just.
I mean, Scott said I love the Traveling Wilburys, man. Like, you talk about a super group and you put them together. Like, it's just, I don't know. I'm a huge fan of the Traveling Wilburys. That would probably be one of my top 5. I can get down with any Traveling Wilburys song.
Love one of the shows there coming up, Dan. We might have put one of those in there.
I'm telling you, man, you get a good night of partying, put some headphones on, listen to some Wilburys. I'm good. I am good with it.
That's awesome.
You guys are like guitar playing. Check out Big Wreck. Ian is a monster.
Okay.
Cam says
it's not just good guitar playing. It's when you see a guitar player literally just become one with that guitar and just watch how hard they squeeze the neck when they're ripping a note out. Like that's something on another level. There's a lot of guys that get in there and do all the technical stuff, and they're all right. But it's the ones that just get every freaking tone they can out of it. You're just like, wow.
Well, Shane, it's funny thing you say that, because honestly, as much as when I was a kid, because I was a kid in the 80s. Like, I didn't appreciate music from a musical standpoint when you're growing up. You're just listening to the radio. I remember watching Prince at the Super Bowl and being like, "Oh my God." I didn't remember like what an amazing guitar player he was. And I was blown away. I was like, I just want to put this on rewind and watch it over and over again. Like, I was completely blown away. I was like, he is beyond good. He's amazing. And so, but you could see the passion. Like, it was just, there's certain guitarists when you watch them play. I like watching Nuno Betancourt. I think he's just amazing. Like, watching him
so
play.
Underrated, man. Nuno is
amazing.
Nobody ever talks about Nuno.
No, he's fantastic.
Yeah.
What about Joe Satriani?
Also amazing.
Yeah. He didn't get his due because he wouldn't buy into the commercialism.
Yeah.
So he has to go around and basically hold his donation can out and get people to pay to come see him do a G3 tour. But it sucks because he's probably one of the best that have ever done it.
Oh man, yeah. Steve Vai's up there. Steve Vai's great.
Steve Vai. Vito Bratta, like, you think about a guy like him, like, you're like, oh my God, like, who just stopped playing. He's like, I'm out of the game. And you're like, why? You were wickedly talented. Amazingly talented. So
if you haven't seen Prince's solo from the Hall of Fame that he did for My Guitar Gently Weeps, go look that up on YouTube. It will blow your freaking mind.
Do you remember what year that was?
16, maybe 2018, 16, I think it was.
And
I promise you put it up on YouTube. It's gonna.
Is that one of the ones where George Harrison's son was there playing?
Yes, and Tom Petty is singing the song, and
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He takes the stage, and it's over. Like he just commands everyone's attention, and then when he gets done, he just fucking chucks his guitar into the crowd and walks away. It's so good. It's so good.
Well, we need to do that one night too. Like just talk about front men and women who were just absolutely dominant. Like when they took the stage, they could take over a show. Because there are some great bands who have some just dull lead singers that just stand up there, they sing, they sound good, but you're not like, and there's some who just take over completely. And you're like, wow, like you're making this experience that much better. Yeah. And well, Prince is one of the rare entities who could do both, but I mean, that's just, I mean, that's a very rare thing. But yeah, I mean, even for like a local standpoint, Dan, it's like if you go, like no one knows who Kix is, but if you hear of like Steve, like if you ever see like Steve Whiteman live, he's one of the greatest frontmen you'll ever see. He's amazing.
Kix was local.
Nobody knows about. But you'll leave that show even if you don't know who they are or like their songs. You're like, that dude's awesome. Like you'll leave like I want to learn those songs. He's that cool. Like
So there you go. Ryan says, Andy, I have a Prince tattoo. True story. I also have also seen Prince live 3 times. Perfection.
The real question is, where is that tattoo? That makes all the difference in the world.
Steve Vai, the guitar player for the devil in the movie Crossroads, I believe.
Yep.
Katie, Ethan, I saw you guys grab a bottle. Or Ethan, what did you grab?
He grabbed
I could
2.
barely see it.
Yeah.
Old Elk.
Old Elk.
Yeah.
The
so
cannoli.
This one's the Hawk. This one's the Hawk, the Match and Journey pick. And the other is it's a Bull Run pick. I think another Match and Journey pick. Yeah.
Whack Attack.
It's a Whack Attack.
Nice.
I love the Whack Attack.
Nice. I love Old Elk. I'm an Old Elk fanboy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I love Old Elk.
Yep.
I almost always like Old Elk. But almost always, but every once in a while, some of their bottles are a hard fail for me, and it makes me question them every time.
Because Ryan says, "Oh my!"
Sorry, Dan. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Now, when we had Greg Metz on, first of all, he's just such a cool dude, and really nice, really down to earth, and. When we started bringing up music, he's like, yeah, I'm down for a little bit of music segment. And he starts naming some of the artists he likes. And then he throws out Metallica. He's like, yeah, I'd love to get down a little bit. I was like, you dig Metallica? He's like, yeah. He's like, we're in there working. So he's like, I love Metallica. I was like, God, you just became even more badass. Like, it's amazing. He was just but what a nice, he's such a humble, nice guy for having 40 plus years in the industry. Knowing the craft inside and out, like you can't help but be a fan of Old Elk. I hope it continues to just keep getting that much better because the people behind it are good people. So you always root for stuff like that. And Greg's a really cool guy, a really nice guy. So he said, hey, open invitation, which everyone always says, but they never take you up on it. If I ever do get out to Colorado, I'll be like, Greg,
remember what you said?
Remember you said that a couple of years ago? That was really cool.
Not at my house, Andy. I meant at the distillery.
You and your bald friend go wait over there. We're not coming to the house.
Ryan said, on my wrist, I was 17, not quite an adventurous as
right.
hero version of me. Yep. EJ says,
Go ahead.
I got to do an Old Elk barrel pick for work this summer. We were able to get a total of 4 barrels. Wow. Bottles just arrived for Christmas. Yeah, that's awesome.
Love to try that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So we did. What concert would you want to go see that those people have passed? What's the best show you have ever seen?
Oh God, man,
live. And I guess the inverse of that, what's the worst?
Fair enough. I mean, I don't have to think. Mine's easy. I saw Def Leppard in the round when they were playing at the Cap Center in front of, 30,000 people, where it was just, it blew my mind. I mean, I've got the lasers going off, and they're in the center of the stage versus a typical setup in the back. And that's when I knew I was like a fan for life. I was like, wow, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And I have seen Def Leppard probably 30 times since then. But that first show was just absolutely amazing, watching like them just, they're like puppies let loose in the store, and they're all over the stage. Rick Allen's drum kit comes up, and he's got the one arm, and you're watching like just like as it's spinning and the smoke's coming up, and he's just banging the sticks. And it was the most badass show. I was like, I don't care if people like this kind of music or not. Like, I've just fallen in love, and it started that glam like addiction for me. So, hence our logo, which is completely ripped off from Def Leppard. But
of course,
I love it, man.
Right,
Shane, what about you though? Like, what's yours?
So, for the longest time, the best show was actually one I got to play in, and it was with Brian Setzer in New York. We did a small venue.
That's crazy.
And
that's so awesome.
Even though I was playing in it, because at the time I was a young studio musician, I happened to have an opportunity to go play. I got to actually kind of sit back and watch and be a part of this show in a way that I'd never experienced before. So that show lived on in infamy. But just this year, I went and saw a group called Here Come the Mummies. And it was the best live show as far as just complete entertainment. The music was fantastic. It wasn't like a big high value production. It was very low value, actually. But just one of the best orchestrated live shows I've ever seen. It was mind-blowing. And if you ever get a chance to go see Here Come the Mummies, go do it. You will
What
not.
kind of music is that, Shane?
Kind of like funk, like dance funk.
Okay.
You're moving the whole time. And a bunch of
awesome.
brass. Like guys are having saxophone duels, and the guitar player is fantastic. The drum, I mean, every musician there is top level studio musician from Nashville. They all wear mummy outfits, so you don't know who they are intentionally. Some of them are Grammy winning artists, which doesn't necessarily mean they're big names, but they're on Grammy winning albums, which means they're super talented.
That's cool.
It's just an unbelievable show. Just an absolutely unbelievable show. The worst, hands down, Alanis Morissette. I literally fell asleep in the lawn at that concert. It was so bad. I could have just put on the CD and it would have been the same damn thing.
That's the funniest thing in the world. I literally have like a top 5, like if you have your best, I have your worst. And Alanis always climbs to number 1, like without competition. Like, I cannot listen to the voice alone. I can see like cats fighting and glass breaking and like the whole nine, like the whole thing happens as soon as I hear like the first pitch of anything from Jagged Little Pill. I just cannot do it. And Todd was like, I like Alanis. Like, he didn't want to offend the Alanis fans on our streams. It's like, Todd, you don't like Alanis. It's like, I love Alanis. So we actually did her album. We reviewed it. It was Todd's lowest rated album. It's not actually very good. I was like, no, it's not.
That's hilarious.
That's great.
Roscoe says, by far the best live band I've seen is Rush. I missed the Blizzard of Oz with Def Leppard on the High and Dry tour.
God, that was awesome.
Yeah. I
EJ
would love
said,
to see Rush, but they're so good. I would have been so distracted just like absorbing their talent. It would have been much of a show for me. I would have
so talented, man.
Yeah.
EJ says, worst show, Aerosmith. The Done with Mirrors tour, before they went to rehab, they were all just out of it.
Oh, wow.
That's live for you. That's live.
There you go.
And then Gary says, tough question, but seeing Eric Clapton, Phil Collins on drums, and Greg Philligan on keyboard was amazing. Also, the band James puts on an amazing show. The band James. Who's that? I never heard of that. The band James.
I don't know if I know that band.
Yeah. But Eric Clapton and Phil Collins, that's classic right there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sure.
Keyboard, no slouch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Free
sorry,
jam.
Brad, I couldn't help it. Sorry.
Worst was Melt Banana opening for Tool. Oh.
Roscoe, I gotta say this, and I hope you don't get mad if you were there to see Tool. We went to the Ozfest. Todd and I went to the Ozfest, and it was like a bunch of these new up and coming bands, like the new metal bands, and a couple old school bands. So, like Limp Bizkit was there. We'd never heard of them before they got big. Like the bands played it, and then the last three to go, it was Tool, Megadeth, and then Ozzy. And actually, no, sorry, I take that back. It was Megadeth, Tool, then Ozzy, which surprised me a little bit, but it was Megadeth, Tool, then Ozzy. And so Megadeth comes on, and literally Todd and I stand up, and we're rocking out. We're like, this is great. And everybody else in the whole place is sitting down. And I'm like, am I missing something here? Like, what's going on? Like, I was like, this is Megadeth. Like, these guys are like the big four. They're amazing. Tool comes on. The place goes ballistic. What's the lead singer's name again? I always forget his name.
Maynard.
Yeah.
Maynard.
James Keenan. Yep.
He comes out of a old school phone booth looking thing, like from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, dressed in this really skimpy women's lingerie, like comes out. And they start to play, and the song, whatever the song they played, it lasted for like an hour and a half because it sounded like it was one song on a loop the entire time. And people are swaying, they're knocking into us high off their gourd. And I looked at Todd, I was like, what the hell is going on? I was like, this is awful. I was like, Todd, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. He's like, I know. I was like, dude, 2 hot dogs, a couple beers, like, we're out of here. We went to the concession stand because about a half hour in, we could not take it anymore. But the people, this is my ode to the Tool fans. They loved it. They were so engrossed in every single beat, note, moment, and I didn't get it. So I think Tool's like one of those bands, like you either get it or you don't.
Yeah.
Which was funny because, like I said, Megadeth was before that. And Todd were like, how do you not appreciate this? Marty Freeman's like a axe slinger, and Dave's like an OG. Like, this is amazing. And people, the younger kids, I guess at that time, didn't like it, but I could not get into Tool. I was like, this is awful. Like, it was killing me. Like, we had to go back. And I think we went back for another beer while the set was still going on, and thought the same song was still playing. So it was
It's
rough.
Dave Mustaine's haircut, man. That's why the younger generation didn't like it.
Uh-huh.
He's had that same fucking haircut for 40 years, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he
Like a
went from
poodle
looking
cut.
like a soccer player to your grandmother in like a couple of decades.
Ryan says, best show isn't possible for me. I have top 5 shows, maybe worst dashboard confessional at Salisbury University. I was the driver for my 2 younger sisters. Snooze. Great Fringe says, James is probably the best known for the song Laid using American Pie.
Yeah. James Lade, that's a good song. I imagine that group would be pretty good to see.
Roscoe says, I'm a guitar player, so Tool bores me. I went with a friend.
All right,
Yeah.
I was hoping not, Roscoe, just because I hate offending people with their musical taste, but Tool just didn't do it for me.
Tool's percussion is what sets them apart. I mean, James
Yeah.
Carey's a freaking monster. The
And
guitar
it's
part,
crazy to think about, like, it's 3 people
mhm.
that can make a sound
huge.
like that. That's
I think
impressive.
But
That's-
see,
it's
what's
impressive.
sometimes about music. Like, so I saw Dave Matthews live, and I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
same. Yep.
I think the Dave Matthews Band is amazing. Like,
Absolutely.
just a group of talented musicians.
Yep.
Once he starts singing,
Yeah.
like I couldn't do it. I was like, oh my God, like, please stop singing and let somebody else come in, because it was nauseating. But
Yeah.
his band was just dynamite.
Yeah.
And I think Tool could probably fall into that. It was like Nirvana too. Like, I thought like Dave Grohl, you got some talented players like back there, like making some, but I couldn't, like Kurt Cobain's lyrics and voice. Like I just couldn't dig it. Like, it wasn't my thing.
Yeah.
So you have to like all of it. Like the music is so subjective, and all the pieces have to fit together for you to be a
Yep.
fan. Which
Yeah, I
makes it
remember seeing Dave in Hershey Park, and that was before God, what's his name? Passed away. They're not Boyd Tinsley, not Carter Buford. God, I forget his name. That was huh? Oh, that's what I said. Yeah, that was before one of their players passed away in like an ATV accident. A guy, for some reason I can't remember his name. They put on a hell of a show. And then like you said, Andy, like as soon as he started singing, I was like, ugh, like why? Why? Because they're so talented.
the band is phenomenal.
They're amazing.
They're phenomenal. I mean, look, I could get some flack for this, but you know, I think Bruce is decent. The E Street Band is killer. Like listening to them live, like what they do together is fine. And Bruce has this kind of gritty, like Mick Jaggery kind of thing, like where he sounds okay, but he's not a singer. Like he's Bruce Springsteen, he's the boss. But
yeah,
the band, the E Street Band, they're phenomenal. Like
amazing.
You hear the backing, and people who aren't quite maybe into music as much. Like I grew up playing piano and guitar and stuff like that, so like you kind of appreciate the stuff that you hear in the background. Sometimes like, wow, that's wicked. And a lot of people judge it only on the front vocals. Like that's where it kind of gets you. So you have different musical tastes that come together. But yeah, it's funny. You just never know how people are going to take to that stuff.
Yeah, agree.
So Dan, it was the sax player that Leroy Moore.
Yes, thank you. I could not think of his name for the life of me. He died in an ATV accident.
Yeah.
So I was able to see them before he passed away, and it was just, again, like when they all come together, like Tim Reynolds wasn't there, but it was like I said, Boyd Tinsley and Carter Buford and Leroy Moore, just amazing. They're all so talented. But again, then you start to throw in, Dave's lyrics, and it's like, oh God, why is this happening? So they sounded great. Not as good as Rush, but really good. It's like a 2-hour drum solo. Danny is great though. Yeah, Danny's fantastic on drums, man.
Yeah, we need to do a Rush night with Jason from Mash and Drum because he is a Rush fan, which is funny.
So before we get too late, I do want to get into some of these giveaways here really quick.
Oh yeah.
Because we have a handful of giveaways to get through. So I guess we will start with so I'll do 2 1-ounce samples of the My Maryland Rye. We're gonna go ahead and start with that. Katie, do you know how many?
Ethan's looking right now.
1 to 55.
1 to 55. All right, so who wants to pick it? Andy, Shane, you guys want to pick a number? 1 to 55?
Andy
Good.
does. No,
Good,
Andy
Shane.
does.
All right.
42.
All right. I'm gonna go the number of my favorite player growing up from the Montreal Expos, Tim Raines, number 30.
Oh my God,
Tim Raines. Yes.
love it. All right, that's gonna be for a 1-ounce sample of the My Maryland Rye. Good stuff.
All right, number 30. I'm pulling it now. Let's see. That is Copper Wolf.
Copper Wolf. I think he was still in the chat. I think I saw him earlier.
And very generous too. So good for you.
Yeah, very, very generous.
Yes. So Copper Wolf wins the 1-ounce sample of the My Maryland Rye. I don't know if a lot of people are still in the chat, to be honest with you. It looks like there's only 18 people in here right now. So as it's getting later, they will people start to drop off. So I guess Shane, do you want to pick a number?
Sure. 42.
42. There you go. David says Tim Raines Expos.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Talk about some old
Shane, you knew that right away too, man. You knew the rock.
right.
You knew the rock.
Awesome.
42 is Will Henderson.
Copper Wolf is still here. Copper Wolf is still here. He's still here. He's still in the chat.
Nice.
Congrats, Copper Wolf.
Congrats.
Again, you won the 1-ounce sample of the My Maryland Rye. So that number is on you, buddy. 1 through, did you say 55?
Did you say 42?
Yeah. Oh, well, Shane picked 42, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
but Copper Wolf's still in here.
Gotcha. So 1 to 55. Yep.
1 to 55. I need to pour something else here real quick. This Sagamore bottle and bond is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I poured a little bit of it. I'm gonna pour a little bit more of it.
It's a good pour.
I would say it's very different. I haven't tried them side by side, but it's very different from the 4-year. I can already tell.
It says 28.
Number 28. 28. This is for the second sample of the My Maryland Rye.
Good stuff.
Oh, that's hilarious.
What did he win himself?
He picked himself.
Copper Wolf, that's up to you. Honestly, if you want a 2-ounce sample of it, I'll give you that. If not, you can pick another number. I know he had a hefty donation in there, so yeah, man. And I can't wait to come on, man. I can't wait.
No, man, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be fun.
Shane, I wanna partner with you here soon as well. So we'll get something together.
Well, we'll definitely have a bottle giveaway from me.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get together here soon.
Picked another number.
36.
All right.
36.
Copper
And
Wolf-
Katie
Copper
and
Wolf's
Ethan,
36.
we're gonna get together after the holidays, right?
Yep, after the holidays.
All right. Can't wait.
Next time you guys are in town, Dan, you gotta let me know so we can all get together because it's we missed you the first time.
Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
I
for
certainly will.
Well,
By the way,
we-
have you guys had this the 100 proof? This is not the 86 typical. This is what a great value pour. This very old Bard. Have you guys had this?
Mhm.
The 100 proof is great and it's impossible to find. I had a friend get this for me up in New York. He found one bottle, and it's just
It's
very
all over the place,
underrated.
man.
very,
Very underrated pour.
So you should try the 90 proof. The flavor on it for me, much better than the 100.
Really.
Yeah, the
Okay.
100 is drier. It's just there's not as much going on. The 90 proof, like the flavor profile, is awesome.
Now I gotta find it because this is much better than the 86, obviously.
Yeah,
But you said the 90 is really good. Okay, now I gotta find that because that's awesome. All right.
because I went from the 86 to 100, assuming I'd prefer the 100, and then I was like, well, the 100's good.
We'll
Try
just
the 90.
we'll
and-
get you the 90. They're
Yeah.
all
See,
over the place. in
I
Tennessee.
love that you said that though because we are living in a whiskey world where everyone's like, if it's not high proof, it's terrible. And I'm like, that's not
Yeah.
always necessarily the case.
Yeah.
Like people,
Yep.
sometimes the higher the proof, the more the deficiencies are hidden.
Yep.
And I like the fact that you guys are like, no, screw the 100 proof, go down to the 90 proof. That's
Yep.
awesome.
Is
I
that
love
is that bottled and bond at 100 proof?
It's 100 proof. I don't know that it's bottled. I don't think it's
They
bottled.
have a
bond.
bottled and bond. They have a non-bottled and bond. This is not
Yeah.
bottled and bond.
No, he's talking about this. The Four Roses is also 100 proof. You can't. These single barrels at $45.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can't beat them, man. Those are good
Four
bottles.
Roses in general is a hidden gem that people just
Yep.
pass by all the time. It's on the shelf. I think that's
Well, everyone chases the single barrel strength, which are
Yeah.
great. But these at 100 proof are freaking
Yeah.
no slouch,
45
man.
bucks, man. Yep, 45
No
bucks.
Yeah, they're good
slouch.
stuff.
Can't beat it. So Hendo, did Hendo win that?
No. So Shane had set a number before Copper Wolf was there, but Copper Wolf's new number, he put a new number. It was 36,
Okay, gotcha.
and so Copper Wolf's new number is Brian Toner.
Brian Toner. Brian
Congratulations,
Toner
Brian.
wins the 1 ounce of the My Maryland Rye. I guess Katie and Ethan, do you guys want to do your giveaway next? The sample
Come on.
pack?
Sure. Shane
All
can
right.
pick a number for us.
Yeah, I don't know.
Brian, here.
Oh, Brian Toner is in here. Sweet. What's going on, Brian? Jeffrey Wack. We're still here, buddy. We're still here. We're 2.5 hours in, man. Doesn't feel like it. For me, anyway. Brian, if you could pick a number between 1 and 55. 1 and 55, Brian. This is going to be for the sample pack that Katie and Ethan donated. It's going to be the Old Carter Rye Batch 7.
Oh, that's
Sagamore.
my favorite one.
Yep, Sagamore Cognac finish, and then the Sagamore Sherry finish. Amazing. Amazing
Wow, that's a
sample pack,
great
guys.
one. That's great.
That's an amazing
That 7
sample.
rye is an absolute behemoth.
All right, so I'm sure he's already gone to bed, knowing him. but number 4 is Doug H.
Hey.
Doug, that's awesome. You know, Doug. So speaking of Doug, I know he donated the Pappy sample to you guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that is that's actually I have that ready to go for you guys. That wasn't your guys' box should be arriving any day now. So I'll make sure so that goes out here soon. So Doug H wins the sample pack.
Dan, you know what? I feel bad with other people.
You have
giving
their
stuff away.
address, right?
I was looking through my collection the other night. I have a last year's Elijah Craig toasted Bourbon County Stout. I have one left.
Woo!
I'll give that away if you want to give that away tonight. I'll give one away to your viewers.
Are you sure?
Super
Heck
nice.
yeah! We'll push you in the beer world tonight too. I will give away the Bourbon County Stout.
Damn.
Elijah Craig toasted double barrel. Yeah, we'll do that.
Damn.
I got to donate real quick. Hang on.
So Doug H says he's donating to Richie Z. Doug,
That's what Doug does.
Yep.
man, mighty generous of you, man. So that goes to Richie Z. Doug, that's awesome of you, man. Thank you so much for that.
Dude, he showed up at my house for the Schlammering, and it wasn't 5 minutes him being there, and he's pulling out bottles that he's given me.
Yep.
I'm like, what the f- are you doing? This is stop. Just stop it. I got all these. I don't even have room for these bottles. Stop.
I hope
He's like-
I hope I get to meet up with them guys one day, man, because that's awesome. That's some great guys.
This is
Great guys.
one. It's a very special bottle to us. They're signed
Very-
by all the Friday at Fred's crew.
Oh, that's
Really
awesome.
went.
Look at that.
So it's one of our
That's
favorites.
cool.
Oh, that's so nice, man. Doug, I guess if you want to pick a number between 1 and 55, we're going to go ahead and give away Andy's Elijah Craig. You said it was the Elijah Craig Toasted Stout?
Toasted, yep. Toasted.
The Elijah Craig Toasted
Bourbon County
Stout. Man, that's awesome, Andy. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. Happy to do it.
What year was that? Was that this year's?
It was last year.
Last
Last year's variant.
Doug says number 26.
And it was good, man. It was good stuff. This is a great bottle.
I've got to open up that birthday bourbon one you guys gave me.
Oh, the birthday is that is one of the top probably 3 best BCSs ever. That is a
Really?
phenomenal.
That was from 3 years back, right?
Yeah.
Which one?
We were blown away by how much we liked that. We both were like flashing 10s. Like I don't think I've had a beer this good in a long time.
Wow.
You're gonna love it. It's that good, and it gets to age.
Which one was that, Andy?
That was the birthday bourbon. That was
Oh,
although the Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel is also it was right underneath the birthday bourbon as far as like just one of those beers that like you've got to have from BCS. Is fantastic, and you're not going to find it again.
I was lucky enough to win one off your stream. Thank you very much.
Thank you for
So
jumping on.
Keith Thompson looks like is the winner. Keith Thompson is the winner of the birthday bourbon.
No. Toasted. Elijah
Toasted.
Craig toasted.
Toasted
I'm
Barrel,
sorry. Sorry, yeah.
Congrats,
Sorry.
Keith. We'll
Sorry.
get that out to you. I gotta get
Confused you
Dan will
with
get that out to you.
The birthday talk.
Sorry. Toasted stout.
And Keith,
I haven't seen Keith in here in a while, so
well, the good thing about giving it to Keith too is that the Elijah Craig is Todd's favorite like BCS of all time, and I was saving that for him for his birthday, and I have one left. So now I'm going to give that to.
oh my
you guys,
god.
which is great. So that makes me happy, and it makes you guys happy. So that's great. Like it's just a happy day.
There's nothing like old friends to really put things in perspective.
I have no part in this, man. Oh, that's so good.
My mother's like, you two are like the impractical jokers of YouTube. I was like, thanks, Mom. I appreciate that. So
Oh, that's so funny.
That's great.
I guess since Keith isn't in the chat, I'll pick a number. So this will be for so we'll do two pours of the pre-fire Heaven Hill John Cambert's 4-year 86 proof Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. That is from the 60s. It's still unopened, so
That's way
Still
pre-fire.
yeah, very, very pre-fire. So I will pick number 22. Yes, I don't see Keith in the chat anywhere, so he's probably going on.
22 is Copper Wolf.
Copper Wolf?
Copper
Killing
Wolf.
it tonight.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay, so Copper Wolf.
Have a day, Copper Wolf.
Copper Wolf wins the 60s. Lambert. I think he's still in the chat, though. You know what? I'll give away 3 samples of this, man. It's unopened, so just want to try to give as many people the chance to win as possible.
Heck yeah.
You know what? I'm actually going to send each of you guys a sample of this, too. Andy, when I meet up with you guys, I'll give you a sample of this. Shane, shoot me over your address. I'll give you a sample of this. Turks, I have yours. I'll add it to the Pappy. You guys won, all right?
Andy, I expect you to do a bottle rip on that thing.
You got it, man. You got
When
it.
he hands it to you, you just
David says, Andy, I love the BCS base 2022.
Yeah, it's good stuff. This year's base is fantastic. David Bay is a rock star. By the way, David Bay is called the rock star. So when you see him, he's a rock star.
He's a rock star?
Yeah, rock star.
Got it.
But
I don't know if Copper Wolf's in the chat anymore. He may have.
But yeah, that 22 base is fantastic. And you know what the funny thing is? This year they added 4 roses to the barrels that it rested in, and it's that much better. And I was like, coincidence?
Damn.
Coincidence?
I think
It's
not.
that much better. This is the best the base has been in about 4 years. So,
That's
yeah,
awesome.
It's cool.
not to kill the mood, but did you guys hear that Kirstie Alley died?
I heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When was that, today?
Monday,
Today,
I
yeah,
think.
she passed away. What was she,
This
70 or 71?
71.
Damn,
Yeah.
really?
Cancer.
Mm-hmm.
Said she
Oh,
found
cancer.
out it was like already super progressed when they found out.
God. That's horrible.
But 7 years is a good run, right?
Yeah.
It's a good
I'm
life.
shocked I
man.
made it to 48.
I hear
And
that,
look,
buddy.
People
I hear
have
that.
their prepreference, but I like the Kirstie Alley Cheers years very much. So I gotta say, I was a
don't
fan.
disagree.
Yeah.
I don't
I was a
disagree.
fan.
All right, I will pick another number because I think Copper Wolf is gone for the evening. So I will pick. Hold on a second. Look at this. Look at this guy who just showed up here. Hold on, where is he?
Please be Doug H.
Please
Not
don't-
Doug
please
H,
don't-
but
please
it
don't-
is
please don't-
Jason.
Please don't be
Oh.
the
Doug.
mash.
Oh,
Jason.
yeah.
Good.
Nice.
The
Hey,
mash.
Jason. Cheers.
What's up, buddy? Oh, Copper Wolf still is in the chat. All right, he is in here. He's lurking. Mash, good to see you, man. As always, thanks for stopping in. Much appreciated. I know I've kind of gone on a long stream here. We're almost at 3 hours, so I don't really care though. It doesn't bother me, man. As long as I'm having fun, that's what it's all about. I don't care how long my stream is. You know what I mean? Copper Wolf, if you want to go ahead and pick a number, 155, buddy. You have 2 samples coming your way already.
Don't tell Jason how much trash talking about Rush there was earlier. He's going to
There
get
was
really
a lot,
upset.
Jason. There's a
He'll
lot of
get
trash talking
really
about.
he'll get really upset. Don't do
It
that.
was all warranted.
Copper Wolf, any number between 1 and 55. This is for another sample of the John Cambert's pre-fire Heaven Hill. Andy, man, I'm telling you, man, I can't wait to come on. I can't wait. Can't
Yeah,
wait.
You keep saying you're excited, but honestly, we're really excited that you're going to be coming on a show.
Oh, man, like I just
We we can offer you stuff that's 3 years old. You've got like the Dusties and all the cool stuff coming on. Like you're kind of the cool. You're kind of the cool guy here going to our party. We're just excited to come.
no.
No,
Guys,
no
I'll
one
make
has
sure
the
I send you guys some stuff before we go
we
live.
do have the P90X. That is our exclusive. That is ours.
All right, so he said we pick. Katie, Ethan, go ahead. I mean, well, you guys can see the numbers, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
42. 42.
42. Let's go. 42. Let's
All
run.
right. So 42, I remember. That's the one Shane picked earlier. 42
Shane's
is
a
Will
baseball man.
Henderson.
What's
Who was it?
Will Henderson.
Hendo.
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 Yep.
My man Hendo.
Hendo wins the 1
I
ounce
knew-
sample.
I knew they'd get a response from Jason.
Yes. Yeah, she was. Trash talking about Rush, huh? Yeah, that won't fly. Again, man. I mean, I just think they're all super freaking talented.
Yeah, no one was trash talking Rush.
Yeah.
We're just giving you a hard time.
Well, here's a little secret you guys probably didn't know, but Jason is a huge Meg White fan.
Yeah, White Stripes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he loves her. He thinks she's
Yeah?
the best.
Okay. You hear that at Raven Stadium, man? It's like, oh my god, here we go. David, what did David say? Hold on, where is it? It hasn't popped up on here yet. Great number, 42. Great winning. Congrats, Hendo. I don't know if Hendo's still in the chat. Andy, I guess if you want to pick a number, 1 to 55. This will be for the last 1 ounce sample of the pre-Fire Heaven Hill.
All right. So I told you I was a big Tim Raines fan because he was number 30. So when I was in high school, I said
30.
Maybe I could be half as good. So I was number 15 in high school. So we'll 15.
Number 15.
15 is number, yeah.
Number 15 is for the last 1 ounce sample of the John Cameron's pre-Fire Heaven Hill. 4 years, 86 proof.
All right. Number 15 is the Cameron Lochner.
Oh,
all right, Cameron.
Simplify, Cam.
You should toss in some crayons too.
Exactly.
A couple green ones.
Make sure to add
Green, some lime crayons.
Ooh,
And do that.
that was awesome.
He probably
Well
prefers
played.
grape.
Dark purple's the best, man. I know I haven't seen him in the chat in a while, so he's probably out. All right, so again, I said with Repeal Day, I would do an ounce sample of the 1917 Special Old Reserve. Let's go ahead and go with number 9. Number 9. Oh, Cam! Wait, hold on. Cam isn't here. Holy shit, Cam!
He says he'll take the crayons.
I didn't know you were in the chat, man.
Of course, he's going to take them crayons.
Cheers, brother.
That's
You
any good
have
morning
not
wood.
only do you have an ounce sample of this John Cambert, but you have some grape crayons as well, my brother. So, as we eat those grape crayons together, because I'm with you, you pick that number between 1 and 55. This is going to be for the 1 ounce sample of the. He says, "I'll take the crayon." That's right, baby.
Must be running low.
You never have enough.
Go ahead and pick a number between 1 and 55, Cam. 1 and 55 is going to be for the 1 ounce sample of the 1917 Special Old Reserve. It's one of the last 1 ounce samples I have left for Repeal Day.
What did you just pour, Andy? That looks like
Oh.
a fancy bottle.
This is the old Fitz.
Old
Ah,
bit.
yeah.
nice.
Ooh, what year's that?
This is the 9 year.
9. Nice.
I'm sorry,
Nice.
8 year. Completely
8
lied.
year?
It's the 8 year. Yeah.
Very nice. It looks like a pretty bottle.
It's a cool bottle.
Cam says,
I love the old Fitz BCS this year, the one that's aged in 14, 16, 17-year-old old Fitz is phenomenal. The barley wine is amazing. If you guys ever see that out there, go grab it. It's really good.
Cam says number 16.
I don't go on other shows that often. That's why he gets upset by it. So. Yeah.
All right, so
I'm excited, man.
What is that?
Come on, Copper Wolf.
so it's
Beer, whiskey. I'm just excited to come with you guys. I'm a big fan of you guys. I'm a big fan of what you guys do.
I hear me in the overlaid something.
what happened? Oh, did I accidentally hit play? My bad. My bad. I dropped my keyboard and I knew something weird happened. Yeah. So, all right. So Katie's gonna pick another number because 16 is her.
Yeah, 16 is me from Richie Z.
Yeah, from Richie Z. So that doesn't fly. So
So
she's gonna pick another number.
What? Cam can.
Or
If
Cam
he's-
can,
if
either
he's
way.
in.
You don't want that sample, Katie?
It's not fair.
Yeah, that's not right. Come
It's
on.
not fair. We know the numbers. It's not fair.
All right. Well, I'll send you something along with the sample you want already in the
fair, man.
copy. So you know me already. I'm gonna send you something. So
Yeah.
whether you want it or not, you're gonna get it. Still got 23 people in the chat, man. I appreciate you guys hanging out this late.
People like
I know
it, Dan.
I try, man. I try hard. I'm not good at the live thing yet, but I'm getting there. It's just taking a little bit of time. So Cam says number 14.
All right.
14. This is for the 1 ounce sample of
That's perfect.
the special old reserve from 1917.
So number 14 is Bourbon.
Oh,
Bourbon.
We're at Bourbon.
Bourbon never wins, so that's
Bourbon's
that's
a
awesome.
trip.
that is very true. He never wins.
He's a trip.
You know what? Give away the last sample of it. Give away the last sample of it. I only have 2 ounces of it left. Just give it away. Give it away.
Give it away?
Yeah.
Man, look at you.
Yeah. Just pick a number.
Darrell just popped in here too.
Darrell's in the chat. Oh, Bourbon is in it. Bourbon's here. Where is he? Hold
Bourbon's
on.
here,
You're
man.
awesome. All right.
Whether you like it or not, you're gonna get it. That's what Dustin says to all the ladies. I won't go that far, Mash. All right, let's not go that far with it.
Well played, Mr. Calori.
Yeah.
But by the way, Dan, you can attest this. Meeting Bourbon in person. What a nice guy.
Oh,
He
he's
is
an amazing
He
guy.
is- what a nice guy.
Amazing
He is
guy.
he's such a good dude. He really is.
We had
Here,
so
Frank.
much fun hanging out with Bourbon.
Yes.
when we
Yeah.
were-
Both times.
Both times.
He's a
in
cool
Kentucky
guy.
and in Connecticut.
Gary Franchi, Bourbon says Gary Franchi. I agree. Turks are completely on the up and up, honest. They should get it. See,
That's awesome.
Mm-mm.
Next time you see
Oh.
Ben, you got to have him sing his Cartman, give you his Cartman impression. He sings pretty
Please
good.
tell me he does "I'm Sailing" by Styx.
Yes.
I want to hear that.
Yes,
I want to.
it's good, bro.
there
Yeah,
you
I
go.
wanna hear
Bourbon
it.
says, "Give mine to Katie as much as I want it."
No. Nah. Bourbon, you are
No.
too much.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. So my 2 samples will go to you 2 guys then. So Bourbon, Katie, and Ethan, you'll get the 1917. So all right. So I will. I'll give away 2 more samples. So I'm going to give away a 200 milliliter of this old charter down here. And then I'm going to give away a 1933 old Oscar Pepper, which I haven't even opened yet.
Nice.
I'm going to give that away. It was distilled in the mid 20s and then bottled in the 30s. So I have not opened it yet, but I will give a sample of that away because I've been wanting to crack it. So
It gives you a reason to crack it.
yeah. Bourbon, if you want to go ahead and pick a number between 1 and 55, this will be for the 200 milliliter sample of the old charter I have here. I'm trying to keep track of all this. I'm going to try to get everything out on Thursday, guys. It's a lot.
You're going to have to go back and rewatch this, by the way.
Yes, more than likely. Although the Turks have done an amazing job at putting everything in an email.
A piece of advice: always have somebody helping you take notes, because Todd and I have done this a million times. Where both of us call each other, we're like, "Hey, good stream, yeah, good stream. Who won what? I have no idea. I have no idea."
Whiskey Saint said he never left. Gary French said, "No, I'm not too generous, man. It's all about the experience, buddy. It's all an experience, right? That's what it's all about." Bourbon says, "Damn it, Dan, let's have some fun then. Give away a sample pack for me. Do a Dusty Beam and a Dusty Old Mr. Ball." Oh, my goodness. Okay. All right, Bourbon. It's your number to pick, buddy. Your number to pick. This is we'll do the 200 milliliter sample of the old charter now, and then we'll do your pick, and then we'll do the last old Oscar Pepper pick. Too much fun, man. Too much fun.
The more we pick, the more samples we get.
I know.
That is correct, Ben.
Yep. It's crazy. It doesn't feel like it's 11 o'clock already, to me anyway. Yeah, Bourbon, 1 to 55. That's correct.
Yep.
Katie, Ethan, what time is it near you? Almost 10, right?
Almost 10, yeah.
Almost
Okay.
10. 55.
Oh, the last number, 55.
Yep.
And this is for the 200 milliliter sample of the old charter. It's a handle.
That's great. So number 55 is the Bourbon Ridge. Yeah.
Trev. Oh boy,
I'm pretty sure that was one of Richie D's
send
donated
him.
entries.
All right, so Trev wins that. I know he's not here anymore, but all right, so Trev will get the 200 milliliter. And Andy, don't forget, you have a pick of any Dusty sample I have from the last live stream that I ran.
That's true.
Yes. So I'm going to come over your place, and we're going to sip a bunch of stuff, and then decide which one I like best, and I'll pick that one.
I'll pick that
Yeah,
one. Okay.
That's right. That's the right way to do it.
Yep. So
That's a
I know
right there.
Trev's not here anymore, but
Dan, do you have room for a dual stream for two people at your second place for where you shoot?
we can make room, baby. We'll figure it out, man. This is my grandparents' house. There's nobody that lives here, and I took over their golf trophy cabinet here in the living room. So that's where I shoot my reviews right now.
You and I will sign in when we go live. Todd will be at his place, but we'll sample all kinds of Dusty stuff, which will be fun, which he will not be a part of, and we will be able to give the people.
I knew that's where you were going.
So, yeah,
You're gonna give him a reason to hate me.
He can't hate you. You're too nice a guy. He'll hate me, but he can't get rid of me because I'm one half of the program. So we all walk away exactly where we need to be. So we're fine. So it's going to work out.
That is awesome.
That's great. Roscoe says Dusty Dan is a very generous. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. First time I was on his stream, he offered me a sample. That's a good dude. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Again, it's all about the experience, man. I'm all about just sharing with the community.
Yeah.
Again, it's crazy. I still have 24 people here in the chat. I wouldn't have ever expected that. So, who's gonna pick this next number here? It's gonna have to be Shane or Andy.
Yeah.
I already picked
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Be Andy next.
All right, let's go. Let's do a little Baltimore action. Let's do the Iron Man Cal Ripken number 8.
There we go.
Oh.
Number 8. This
You
is
are not
the
wrong.
200 milliliter
Cal Ripken.
sample of the old charter. Bernheim distilled, if I'm not mistaken. Old Bernheim stuff is good, man.
Cal Ripken is the Peyton Manning of baseball.
Yes, he is. And they have matching large foreheads.
Very large.
You're right. So, number
This
Is
is
it
8.
why
true that Kevin
I
Costner?
shouldn't drink with you guys on the
Is it
stream.
true
I
that Kevin
apologize.
Costner slept with Cal Ripken's wife? Is it true?
That's a great story, by the way. That is Baltimore like folklore. That's a great
Yeah.
story.
Yep.
Dan, tell that story if people don't know that story. Tell us.
I don't know the story like 100%. I just know like they met somewhere, somewhere
Okay.
backstage. Yeah, I don't really know it.
I can give you the story on this. It'll take 2 seconds. Cal Ripken is approaching the 21-31 streak where he breaks Lou Gehrig's record. The season before, he leaves for his game. Cal, I believe, lived somewhere up in northern Baltimore County, comes down to the Camden Yards about 30 minutes away. As folklore goes, he forgot something and decided to come back to the house to grab it. When he came back to the house, Mrs. Ripken and one Kevin Costner from Yellowstone were in a compromising position. The two of them got into a bit of a fight, an altercation. Cal ends up messing up his hand, taking care of Kevin, and works his way to the stadium. That same day, before the game started, because Cal's streak was in jeopardy, there was a blackout in Camden Yards that lasted about 45 minutes. The lights couldn't come back on. And all of a sudden, Cal shows up miraculously towards the end, takes the field. The rest is history. But that is the story in Baltimore folklore, that Kevin Costner and Cal had a bit of a fist fight because Cal's wife and Kevin seemed to like Bull Durham more than Cal thought she did. So that's kind
The old fuckface just wasn't holding up his end of the bargain.
So that's the story on Cal. Yeah.
Yep.
Is it true? Yeah. Who knows?
Yep.
But there was a blackout that day too. So that's the
there
thing.
certainly was.
There was that. That was the blackout that all of a sudden the lights went out at Camden Yards and nowhere else.
Yep.
You say what's true and what's not.
You worked up some good karma.
Ryan, thank you for that. Dan, it's the best. First time I met him, I felt like I knew him for years. Can't wait for the next meeting. I appreciate that, Ryan. Thank you so much. It was great meeting you guys up there at Sagamore. Tasty stuff. Want to find a reasonable old charter dusty to drink on one day. Number 8. So Keith Thompson wins the 200 milliliter. 200 milliliter goes to Keith again. He won something else on here.
He did, yeah.
He won the stout, the ECBP toasted stout.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. So this will be for this is going to be for the old Oscar Pepper.
You're going to run out of numbers before long, Dan.
Huh?
You're going to run out of numbers before long, man.
Yeah, I know, right? It's I'm going to go with number 11. Don't
forget, you got Bourbon's sample pack to give away too.
Oh shit, that's right. All right, Bourbon. Bourbon, go ahead and
I might throw in shit. This could be fun.
Bourbon, go ahead and pick a number 1 in 55. This is going to be for your sample pack, my friend. Thank you guys for hanging out, man. Thanks for coming on live with me. This is awesome.
Thanks for having this. This is awesome.
This is great, man.
So, Dan, at the slammering that I just had in November that Fred and Doug were at, there was a local guy that came and brought a 1966 old charter that he had got from his grandfather when it was a fresh crack. And he shared it with us at the slammering. What an amazing pour. Really,
man. Like, obviously, there's a lot of things to look for in those kind of pours. And, coming from a family member, knowing that, there's some honesty there, hoping that there's some honesty there, and knowing that they stored it in a great place. I mean, you should be in for a pretty nice point, especially, some old charter. I have an old charter, but I don't think it's from the 60s. I have to look at it and see what year it's from. I don't remember. This is from the 70s.
Okay.
Yep. So this is from the 70s. That's a 70s old charter. 60s old charters are really good though too. I've actually prefer the 60s old charters flavor profile over the 70s, especially the 10-year-old. The older 10-year-old pours are absolutely amazing. This is a 7. Yeah, that's a 7-year. The 10-year-olds are absolutely fantastic. Ryan says, Andy, you and Todd are pretty rad too. I love whiskey too. It's my escape from parenting. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Copper Wolf.
Yeah. Bourbon says 44 because I'll be 44 in about a week. So 44 is Copper Wolf. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's right.
Man, he's on fire tonight. My God.
It pays to play.
So. It might be cheaper for you to fly him to your house. And
yeah, I wonder where he's located. Copper Wolf wins. Bourbon's.
I think. Okay.
Bourbon's sample pack. Damn. Again, Bourbon, thank you so much, man. That's very generous of you, man. Very, very generous of you. Number 44 is extra prize Copper Wolf because math. I don't know, man. Andy had $30 in there. He donated $30.
We were one off from Andy, actually.
It's all right. Look,
Were you?
If I were to win,
Yeah,
I was
you
gonna-
were.
Hey, if I were to win, I was going to give it away anyway. So it's
Oh
fine.
my gosh.
Dan, that is for you, my friend. That is for you.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. So I'm not going to say this person's not in here because every time I say that, they pop up here in the chat somewhere. So Copper Wolf, if you're here in the chat, 1 to 55. Here he is, number 2. I'm pouring them now, so don't forget.
Dan, it's not going to be Todd because Todd didn't put in on this.
He did not. I'll remember that. Too, Andy. Thank you.
He didn't put in.
And plus, again, this sample, the any Dusty sample I have is for you only too. So remember that.
Perfect.
I'm pouring them now, so don't forget. Have you had an old Mr. Boston? Yes, I have had an old Mr. Boston. It was a decanter, I believe. I believe it was a decanter, if I'm not mistaken.
Make sure you look in the cabinets though when you're there, Andy. Don't just take what he's got out for you to see.
Exactly.
Hold those doors open and
It's
see
crap.
what he's got back in there.
There's a little bit of stuff in there, man. You might find something you like.
Done.
Number 2, Copper
All
Wolf
right.
picks number 2. Congrats to all the winners. Thanks, Turks. Thanks. Yeah, absolutely, man. Thank you guys for hanging out this late. I know it's late on a Monday night, 11 o'clock.
So Copper Wolf almost picked himself, but instead he picked Will Henderson.
All right.
Oh,
All right. So Will Henderson wins the old Oscar Pepper. Oh man. All right. Awesome. What does he say?
Dan, you're a natural. See, it's pulling people up. You're a natural tonight. You did a great job.
right.
It's perfect.
Yeah, I'm still kind of getting used to the whole live thing, man. It's
You did great.
it's
You did great.
it's tough sometimes trying to keep, kind of trying to keep up with the chat and then doing this blind and then, trying to catch up to the chat. But hopefully once I get a webcam, I won't have to sit here and like shake my entire laptop trying to scroll through. And I was using my phone and I was going back to the laptop and going back and forth. But once I get the webcam, we should be
It gets easier. You'll notice this when I will come over your place and set up if you allow me.
sure,
I'll come
man.
over to you.
Absolutely.
Because I'll show you all the stuff that I have to do while we're live, while Todd just sits there and he smiles and air guitars. I'll actually show you what it's like to put this thing on from start to finish. So we'll do that. Yeah,
I believe it. Copper Wolf says I would have passed it on. Copper Wolf, that's up to you, man. I mean, that's that's completely up to you if you want to do that. I know you won like what 3 times tonight, right? Yeah, he won the Bourbon sample pack. He won the 1960s Cambert, and then the 1 ounce sample of the My Maryland Rye.
Good
Yeah,
stuff.
I think he was saying like if he would have won a 4th time, he would have passed it along.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Gladly.
Okay.
Great dude.
Yep. Indeed. Drifting Drams last week was mine. Guys, again, for anybody in here who has not subscribed to Ethan and Katie Turk over at Drifting Drams on YouTube, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, bell notification to be alerted of any upcoming reviews or live streams, as I would say. Same thing with Andy over at 21090. Again, local to Maryland, right around the corner from me. We could shoot live streams every day. Just saying, Andy. And then Shane over at Storytime, guys. Make sure you check Shane out over at Storytime.
All good people. All good people.
And don't sleep on
Andy,
Storytime 6.
I would love you, but it'll be great. Yes, we'll definitely figure something out, man. We can get together and
We'll make that happen, Dave. We'll do that.
Yeah, I'll empty out some cabinets and we can have a little bit.
We'll make that happen.
Yep.
Don't worry.
But guys, thank you so much. I'll probably hang out for a little bit after we go, off live here. But thank you guys for hanging in to the chat. 20 people still in the chat. Thank you all. Much appreciated. Thank you so much for the super chats. I will try to get this these samples here bottled up and packaged up and out by Thursday. If not, the last 2 live streams that I have, I already have them pretty much boxed up, ready to go. Just got to head over to UPS. But thank you guys so much for tuning in to this live.
Yep.
Looking forward to next Monday when we have the next part of the Blind Bourbon Bracket Challenge. Thank you guys so much for everything. Cheers, everyone. Happy Repeal Day. Enjoy your evening, guys. Thank you.
Cheers, y'all.